Let's go live on Instagram. All right, I think we're live. Not too much, Jerry. 9K. Don't show me better love. Don't show me better love. I'm really thank you so much, guys. Thank you, and we start this show. But thank you so much. You guys already you've already even outdone yourselves because um the ginger no start well. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, mommies and daddies, brothers and sisters. Thank you to all of you that have joined us today. I just want to thank every one of you as we start the show. My goodness, Instagram, what's happening? Like 100 of you people just entered the live right now. What's this up now? Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Emir Sirdam show, Instagram. Um, this is my weekly show. I come out here every night, 10 p.m. with my people on TikTok. It's a TikTok live actually. So for those wondering why, maybe you're just seeing us for the first time. Yeah, this is what we do here every weekdays. We come out here by 10 p.m. Nigerian time and we talk about our country. So if you're not Nigerian, please, you can stay and you hear some things you like because we talk about it's mostly politics over here, right? So thank you so much to all of you that have joined us. I see every one of you on the platform. Thank you to my TikTokers. People on Facebook, I see you guys. Thank you. My YouTubers, my ex people, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you so much. It's going to be a wonderful show. Yes, I think I should put that down. Something just came across my mind right now. We'll talk about tonight. So, if you're joining us for the first time on this platform, we come out here every day of the week on my 10 p.m. Nigerian time. At the end of the day, we're probably already done from work. We just sit back and talk about the state of the nation, vis-a-vis current affairs, trending topics of the day. And that's what we're doing today. Today won't be an exception. And if you know what we do on this platform, you understand how important it is I set these ground rules on this platform. So I want to push you guys, first of all, to please, if you're joining us for the first time, in fact, if you're joining us, it's a normal routine on this platform. I want you guys to please take the next few seconds. Let's build this platform together. Please share the live, repost the live. If you're on X, retweet the live. If you're on YouTube, share the live. If you're on Instagram, please push the live out. Let's get more people into the conversation. Very, very, very important for me. Let's get more people into the conversation. Let us build on our pre-existing platform so far. So please, guys, I want to see everybody on TikTok right now reposting the live. I want to see the live share to 10 or more people. That's how we did on the platform. And in X also the same thing, Facebook, every platform before we jump into the conversation. And if you want to contribute to this conversation, you have an opinion, you want to say something, you can request the mic only on TikTok. I think I'll be taking requests from Instagram today also, and probably from Facebook. Well, up until now, I have not found a solution for YouTube yet. Probably I'm going to get a number you guys can dial in from YouTube, in that order. So please, guys, let's all share the live. Let's share the live so we can get put in the conversation. And also, TikTokers, you're on the ground zero. This is a TikTok show actually. So I'm asking you guys to please. We have a target every time we come out on this platform to hit nothing less than 100,000 likes. And why I emphasize on this is because it is important that we build this platform. And not just build this platform. The way TikTok Live operates is that it's an interactive platform. The more you guys engage on the live, the more TikTok itself as an app will understand or believe that something's happening here and they will push us up the FYP. So if you know that this information needs to get to more people, then please do not stop power tapping the live. Just keep engaging the live. It's very, very important. But let's jump into the conversation today, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, my TikTok handle is the Emir Sirdam Show. Just put the Emir before then Sirdam Show. That's my full TikTok handle. All right. Where are we even going to start from? Plenty things don't happen today, but I'm going to start from I think what is currently happening right now, and that is the return of Very Dark Man to Nigeria. I'm seeing his gang, the Rattles, hitting the street, and I'm very as in I watched a couple of the videos, and if you've seen my posture towards him the past couple of weeks, the past couple of days, I've all but been eulogizing him. And why? Because for so long I've always insisted that to whom much is given, much is expected. And you see, when he started going towards where I wanted him to go, that is it for me. I don't care how his social life, because everybody can come out and be whatever you want to be, say what you want to say. But as long as it is towards you're doing things that I actually resonate with, which is for me is the collective of Nigerians, understanding that the problem we have is politically. Any other thing that's happening around our country is all, you can all tie it down to politics. Everything that we have an amoral society today, that we have a morally decayed society today, that we have hardship in the country today, that we have insecurity in the country today, that we have poverty in the country today. Everything in Nigeria today that we're not going to the World Cup today is all political. Everything that Nigerians are getting on our life in the highest numbers across the world, it is all political. Everything is political. And so for me, if you are trying to profile a solution and you're not looking at it from the political angle, I feel like it's either you've not understood the bigger picture, or probably you're trying to take the easy way out. And that's why for me, for so long, I've been critical of the man. But when I started seeing him coming out as he has been coming out for the past couple of weeks, and when I said political, it is important to understand that we can understand that it's a political problem, but to fix it, the solution is also political. To fix the Nigeria problem is political. It's not a prayer something. It's not a wishing away something. It must be political. And that involves every one of us getting into the ring. So back in the days, my brother would always say that he's apolitical. And I say, no, you cannot be apolitical as a Nigerian. You cannot be seeing what's happening in Nigeria and say you're apolitical. You cannot be apolitical. You must be political. You must not have a candidate, but you must be political. Because the solutions to Nigeria lies in politics. And so for me, for the past couple of weeks, I have been a cheerleader. I'm like, yes, this is what I want to see. Because we can all, one thing that is all certain, we all know that Tinubu is a disaster. Anybody can say Tinubu is a disaster. Tinubu knows he's a disaster. Tinubu's supporters know that he is a disaster. Himself, Tinubu, he knows that he is a disaster. But to fix this disaster, it has to be through a political process. So for me, understanding this is what I've been, and I respect the fact that I always, when I start, I always say that this man has worked his way up to a point whereby you cannot water down what he has done, his influence in Nigeria. So I'll be very cautious of him actually endorsing any candidate. I won't even want him to endorse any candidate. Just push the young Nigerians or the older Nigerians that believe in you and tell them, go and get your PVC. And Tinubu must go. The moment you tell Nigerians, go and get your PVC, you are now in the where I want to, every Nigerian. You cannot hide. Any Nigerian, I'm saying this because if you love anybody as a Nigerian, any Nigerian you think you respect or you cherish, that is not telling you or is not telling people to go and get their PVC, that person does not like you. That person does. That's the truth. And that's why I've been calling for so long. You must get involved in the ring. And I'm happy that he's doing it now. And when I was saying this then, many of his supporters were insulting me then. They will come out and they call me names. They will say, you're this, you're that. You're this, you're that. You hate VDM. I say, no. It's not hate. It's not hate. It is me trying to, I'm bringing him to responsibility, because the fact you have come out and you have become what you have become, you must understand the responsibility that lies on your shoulders. And I'm happy he's seeing it today, and he's doing it now. The same people that were insulting me then, that he's doing it now, they will not come and tell me, oh, you see, he's doing this, he's doing this. I say, oh, so you're not celebrating what he's doing, what I've been saying since how many years ago? You're not seeing it now. This is what he is meant to do. And so for me, I am like this now. If anything where I don't care, I'm saying this now, I don't care anything he's doing on that part. I don't care. I don't police people's life. I don't police people's social attitude. I am not in that race for that. I am here because how can I impact change in our country? How can we as young Nigerians, how can we as Nigerians in general impact change in our country? Are we going to have differences? Yes. Are we going to align along different lines? Yes. We might not agree in so many things. I watched the last election season. I watched, because if you come to Nigeria, if you're on the show yesterday, one of my big bro, one of my media aides, he said something and he was like, he talked about the agendas in Nigeria. Nigeria is a country of agendas. There are so many agendas. People align towards agendas. You see people that they are, let me just use the gender war that we see in the country, feminism, and the patriarchy, the patriarchies, then you see the atheists versus the religious, you see the tribalists, the bigots. There are so many agendas in Nigeria. So you can choose to enter any agenda and stay there and hide. But one thing you understand, that at the end of every agenda that you have or you stand for, you are Nigerian. And if Nigeria works, it can benefit your agenda positively or negatively. If Nigeria fails, it can affect your agenda positively. It can affect your agenda negatively. So when you drop your agenda and you take the toga as a Nigerian, we can now enter the ring and start talking about what is most important to us, which is fixing politics, fixing governance. We must fix governance in our country. We must fix governance in our country to the point whereby we can now have a semblance of a society that any of us can dream of or any of us can wish for. And that is the truth. And so that's for my people that have were insulting me on VDM. I'm so happy seeing what's happening right now. And for me, I believe that every Nigerian currently should support him, because honestly speaking, if he continues in this trajectory, on that man's shoulder lies a very huge responsibility that can shape the future of our next elections. Because I'm saying this, that the next election has to be defined on stone. That if Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you win that elections, Nigeria will vote you. Nigeria will allow you to rule. But if you choose to say you will rig the elections, you will meet the greatest resistance any nation on Africa have ever witnessed, any leader have ever witnessed. Because we have the numbers, and we need the agility and the ginger of people like VDM to be on the right side. Because while we are dragging more periods, because you must come to the right side of the light, and he's there now, not sitting on the fence. You cannot afford to sit on the fence in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Nigeria. It's either you're for us or you're against us. You cannot take a position of silence. If you take a position of silence, silence is consent. It automatically shows that you are against the people. And for me, he's showing every sign of he's for the people. And that's exactly where I stand and where I want. Any other thing is drama and story. And let's jump into the other conversations today, guys. All right, let me just. I hope today's show is going to be as short as possible, please. I don't want today to be long, because tomorrow is going to be violence space, and violence space is always very long. I have to rest today, so I'll just bring up the speakers, all these questions from the mic as quick as possible so that we can. But before I go on, please, guys, let's repost the live. Let's share the live. Let's get more into the conversation. And they're not even allowing us to get our PVC. Please, I have already said this before. We're going to address INEC issue this week. From tomorrow on the violence, we'll talk about INEC. But please, we need evidence. I'm not going to do a show or address INEC based on hearsay, based on what people are typing on social media. I have some evidence on my own already. That's what I'm going to go for today, tomorrow. But the more evidence we have, the merrier it is. We're in a country whereby everything can be dismissed for AI now. Everything can be dismissed for propaganda. And we're in the season of propaganda. If you people were in this show yesterday, I made this submission and I said, take with a pinch of salt almost anything and everything you hear or see in the media until after a 24 hours time frame. If 24 hours elapses and that information that you saw in the media has not been debunked, then you can start to believe that news. Because in this season, you will see so many fake news. Many people will take this fake news because of to push agenda also. One. Secondly, we're in a generation whereby clickbait sells. People are tweeting or posting because they need engagements. With engagements and in political seasons like this, you see people posting old videos like new videos because for the clicks and the retweets and the engagements. So if you see something and you feel like, oh, it sounds too good to be true, you chill, wait, before you start broadcasting it yourself, make sure that you can accentuate and say, okay, I have seen it from multiple sources. This is actually real news. Not just see one person just tweet and 10,000 people are really retweeting it, and that person is the only source of that news. It now becomes mainstream. No. So that is exactly one of the things that is prompting me to say what I'm about to say right now. But I released a video earlier on today. I really want to talk about that before I go back to INEC. And it's something that has I don't know how I'll put this now. Let me put it this way. Nigeria has no business with poverty. Please, if you're on YouTube and on X and you can confirm my audibility, please, please put in the comment section, please. Nigeria has no business with poverty. So for the past 2 days, I've released 2 videos in sequels. The first video I talked about the hidden riches in the north. In fact, I just posted one of the senators of the 9th Senate, the last Senate before the Senate, one of their sessions where he was making an assertion of how the richest state in Nigeria is actually Zamfara State, and how much Zamfara makes from gold alone, and how that money doesn't get to the federal coffers. It ends up in the pocket of few people. And I'm going to paint this story because I've done this. I recorded this video that you saw yesterday and today. If you watch those videos, I recorded those videos like 4 months ago. So you might see that I was wearing it was during the winter period. It was still cold that period. So that's why I recorded those videos. So you see, I just released them yesterday. I just edited them yesterday and today and released them because for me, those videos are timeless. They are videos that will stand the test of time as long as Nigeria is concerned, or until the Nigerian eyes are open to the reality of what we have in the country. But I'm painting this picture for Nigerians to understand when I say and when I speak with such passion, or why I stand on what I'm saying, that Tinubu is a disaster and Tinubu must go. Because many people that even support Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't even know many of the things that we know. They don't care to know because their support is based on different agendas, like I said earlier on. But it's important Nigerians understand what we have as a country. That as a Nigerian, we have no business with poverty. No Nigerian, on all standards, we have no business with poverty. Every state in Nigeria, if Nigeria chooses to break up today, Nigeria can break into 36 different countries. And every of that country will be self-sustainable. I want to repeat this again. If Nigeria chooses to break up to 36 different countries today, every of that country will be self-sustainable and will be wealthy enough to compete with other nations in the world. We are that rich a country. So it is painful for me when I see Nigerians support status quo and give flimsy excuses for disasters happening in our country. Every state in Nigeria has underneath their soil enough things, minerals, solid minerals that God has placed underneath them to be self-sustainable. So you see a very ignorant person now in the comment section telling me to stop capping, bro. And that is the problem we have in the country. So many ignorant people with smartphones. They don't even know. And that's the people, these are people that are supporting this government. You're in abject poverty. You cannot eat. People are suffering. But underneath your soil lies everything for you to be extremely wealthy. That is the problem of the country. So for me, this is one of the things that pushed me and my friends in the month of August 2023. That's like 3 months after Tinubu got into office, because we have to take a different diversion. I was like, we have to start telling Nigerians on time what we have as a people, what we have underneath our soil. Because if you grew up in the north, like I did, you will see that there are so many wealthy men that if they tell you about these people, there's a man that I want to able to do quick research for me. Please, as I'm saying right now, wherever you're watching me, please do this quick research for me now. Just type on Google the man called May Diribe, a man from Borno, Yobe State. That man's house is worth over 7 times the Buckingham Palace. Please Google that house, May Diribe, in Borno State. You don't know these people. And there are hundreds of his type scattered across the north. There are hundreds of the sites scattered across the southwest. I don't want to say some things I will say here now that people will shock. Some of your big people you're seeing that. Do you know the gold that is in Osun State? Now, one family sit down, they collect that gold for decades. But everybody's eye is focused on oil and gas. Nigeria is so wealthy that some states in Nigeria have 40 different rare minerals that other countries in the world will die for. As we are speaking now, the world is going towards green energy. What is the power of green energy? Lithium, uranium, cobalt. It choke everywhere for Nigeria. Underneath our soils. In Jos, all is at Jos. If rain fall like this, and you'll be seeing it on the floor. So Nigerians don't understand all these things. So I kept asking myself, I'm like, if we have all this wealth, why are Nigerians living in poverty? Why can't we demand for good governance? Why are our government not using this wealth that God has given us to better off the people? Why is it that there are only selected few people that are collecting this wealth and turning it into their personal properties, then leaving the rest of the people to suffer in abject poverty? Because of this wealth is why there's banditry. And because I was thinking today, I was asking myself a question. I said, when you look at, knowing Bola Ahmed Tinubu is, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is someone that loves money. Tinubu cannot see money and pass. If Tinubu see, if you have only $100, Tinubu now he will collect the $100 from you. He will collect them. He like money die. He can do anything for money. So he don't enter this country because he say, Omo, he's the old one. So he's doing everything possible to make sure that there are no loopholes. How can he lay his hands on all these finances, on all these rare minerals? How can he get a cut from all of them? And so therefore, when we hosted that space in August, I think August 12th, we hosted that space August 12th on a Saturday, exposing the solid mineral scam in Nigeria. And that space, if you're on X, if you're on that space, please let me see in the comment section. Just signify you're on that space. I think for me, that's one of the greatest spaces I've ever held. The expose was insane. I was shocked at the wealth we have underneath our soil in Nigeria. How can these people so wealthy be so poor? How can these people so wealthy be suffering from, be the country, the poverty capital of the world? Over 100 million people in multi-dimensional poverty. How? It is contradictory. It is because the people are not aware of these things. Because it is crazy when your father is so wealthy. Your papa, imagine Aliko Dangote Pikin come the beg for giveaway. Just imagine Aliko Dangote say as bandits they do TikTok live. Just imagine as bandits they do TikTok live now. Aliko Dangote's children, they under bandits comment section, they beg. They drop their OP account. You see how it sounds, Abi? That's exactly how it is for Nigerians to be in poverty. We are so wealthy people, but because we don't know. Many of our people don't even know these things. We don't know that we have all these things. We don't know that we are so wealthy. As a people, we are defending the people that have kept us in penury. And Tinubu came in and he saw these things and he was like, wow. So let me just paint a picture as I wrap up this conversation. We hosted that space on August 12th. Tinubu has already sent the names of his cabinet on July 28th. He sent the names of the cabinet to the Senate, like a 28-man cabinet. I think July 28th. Somebody can fact check me. I think June, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, I think July 28th, he sent a 28-man list to the Senate. And in that list, the man called Dele Alake was Tinubu's commissioner of information. Dele Alake was Tinubu's spokesman in the campaign. So a man Dele Alake is actually a media practitioner, a journalist. So therefore, with his experience, it is expected that Dele Alake will become what? The Minister of Information and National Orientation. And in all this period, so he's the one that monitors information of Tinubu, anything social media, they did everywhere. And our space now for X, we host the biggest space in Nigeria, the violence space. They always come violence space. We now hosted that space on a Saturday, an 8-hour space. I'm just summarizing it because if you want to watch everything, I have the video I made about that space in the comment section in my profile. You can go check on me. And we hosted that space and we read out all these things on a Saturday, August 12th, 2023. On Wednesday, it was first of all said that by Monday, August 14th, Monday, they were meant to announce the list, the portfolios of the ministers. They did not announce it on Monday, August 14th. They now announced it on Wednesday, August 16th. And Dela Lake's position changed from Minister of Information to Minister of Solid Minerals. Apparently, they had seen and heard everything we have talked about on that space, all the trillions upon trillions that this underneath the Nigerian soil, and this man said, "Nah, lie, what am I going to do Lamba online? I beg, carry that job, go give the Bayo Onanuga and the rest. I beg, he threw away the information job and took the solid mineral. Since 2023 to today, have any of you seen Dela Alake on TV? It's just like me now when they do show. We like to talk. I can't get opportunity to enter government. I won't be Minister of Information or something where I'm always going to media to share my mind. The moment you say I'm out of the screen, any place you see me, say they go hide me. Say something rugged is happening over there. Something very rugged. Baba just moved solid minerals. Since then till today, Dela Alake is missing in action. And for me, I'm trying to ask myself, I'm putting one or two. I'm saying, like, if insecurity was just in the Northwest, and we now know that insecurity was in the Northwest because actually it was a trade-off with bandits were actually confiscating lands. Just when they come to a village, they've already done mapping. They've said that this place has high potentials of mineral resources here. What do we do? How can we get these people? How can we get this land? They will now come with bandits. Bandits will strike there. The individuals, they will run away. When they run away, they will not come in the night and not own that land. You know, so that place has been occupied by bandits. Meanwhile, it's not banditry that's happening there. That place has been surveyed and seen that there are enough mineral resources in that place. Then the miners will not come in illegally and start mining. That's what's happening across the north. So I believe right now that is exactly what's happening. They're taking it to the southwest. Because the mineral resources in Nigeria did not stop in the north. It's also in the southwest. So I'm of the opinion that as these people are moving, and we have a very avaricious man in Aso Rock that have understood the assignment and the way they play it. So I'm postulating a theory right now that the way I'm seeing it, this government hand, because it is already known that APC actually imported these bandits to Nigeria in 2015. They brought them into Nigeria. But the way I'm seeing it, that this government hand currently right now, they have understood the way to get these mineral resources is simple. Go to the community, create chaos, pursue them out of there, take the lands over, and excavate. It has happened all through the Northwest. Let's replicate it in the Southwest. That's what's happening in the Southwest. Because for the life of me, I cannot explain why this insecurity is coming to the Southwest. And also, not just that, look at the body posture of the presidency. It is over a month of what happened in Oyo State. The president has not, he never carry a leg, go there. If you know that your hand is behind something, you go one else avoid that place totally. Maybe say, they not to talk about time. If Tinubu, we put pressure on Tinubu went to Plateau State. That put pressure on Tinubu have refused to go to Oyo State. So my own postulation for my brain that I'm seeing is that probably this same set of people have seen a format that worked in the Northwest and are bringing it to the Southwest under the guise of, because I want to put it this way, that it is a hydra-headed, it's not a one-way street, right? It's not a one-way postulation. It is hydra-headed. So you can sell this to the people that you're using to go in, that you people are going in here for a Fulanization, Islamization agenda. That is the religious connotation you give it. But the business angle is that these people are going in here to actually go and take what they want, which is the rare minerals in these locations. And for me, that's why I'm standing on this postulation, that these people are actually doing things that we might not understand right now. Probably in the next 3, 4, 5 years, when the truth begins to come out, like the one in the Northwest is coming out right now, that we are now knowing that bandits have been occupying the Northwest because of the scarce mineral resources in that place, then we'll remember that some people said it earlier on. But before I wrap up my submission, guys, I just want to run real quick to, let me even talk about NDC, because I've seen many people have been crying on NDC and today, and I want to say this from my own point, is that when it comes to politics, especially when it comes to this party politics, whatever you see in party politics, as long as it's not you that created that party, you just take it. And I'm saying this for many of the P2B supporters. Whatever, you people did not create a party. The government has not allowed people to create a party. So as you enter this party, whatever you see, just walk around it. Walk around it, because I have heard a whole lot about this NDC, what's happening in the party. You cannot enter a party and you will expect that there will not be rot, there will not be a whole lot happening there. So I'm just trying to make sure that I don't even participate in any of their local politics and anything. We have a mandate, which is for me to make sure that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a one-term president. And I saw a video of P2B today. He said that you cannot fix anything from outside. You have to be inside. So all the problems that have been bedeviling this country, party politics and everything, the reason why can't I go and float my own party tomorrow? Because the government is corrupt. The government of today understands that if you allow dissenting voices, people to come up and own parties, we will challenge the status quo. And look at the fire that VDM is giving them now. If tomorrow VDM come and say he wants to open and create his own party, you think this government will allow him? This government will not allow him. They will not allow dissenting voices. But in an ideal country that wants democracy to thrive, what you do is that you see people that want to create parties, you allow them. You allow them to create their parties. That's the truth. That's how it's meant to be. You might not like the people, you might not like how they operate, and that's why for me I keep saying that Tinubu is a danger to the Nigerian democracy. It is, when I criticize Tinubu, it is beyond what he does, the policies that he has been destroying, the country that he's destroying. My greatest problem with Tinubu is that Tinubu is a danger to democracy. He's a danger. With Tinubu, democracy is guaranteed to die in Nigeria. Forget that you can say he's avaricious, he's a thief, you can say he's a drug dealer, you can say he's a this, you can say he's a that. All those things are things that can come and go. But he's eminent danger to democracy. He's not a Democrat as they postulate him to be. He's not someone that wants democracy to thrive in the country. He will never allow opposition voices to rise in the country. For 26 years, he did it in Lagos. No opposition in Lagos. Any opposition that rises, he uses tribalism and bigotry to color them up. And that's how he turned Lagos to a one-party state. Same thing is just doing nationally right now. And if that you're doing this and you're actually working, even if you're working, even if you're the best thing since sliced bread, democracy should be about the people choosing their leaders. If you, as a Nigerian, do not understand what I'm saying right now, or you think I'm saying it in a way that probably is paining you, you have to search yourself. If Nigerians choose to want to vote Anini, let it be upon us that we voted Anini. You cannot be, as a president, destroy democracy and want to turn Nigeria to a one-state system when they ask you, say that it is politics. People cannot create parties in the country. I know people that try to register parties from different angles. APC, INEC, frustrated every effort. In such a country, democracy dies. So that's one for me. One of the biggest problems I have with Tinubu is that if we allow this man consolidate in 2027, Tinubu is like that. Please, this man, anytime you come on my life and you cannot speak, I'll drop you. Don't ever unmute your mic, please. I don't know why you do this all the time. People don't have manners in these people's in these. Then can come out to your bed, please. Leave here. CPC supporters, people always come up and you don't even have manners. You just open up your mic without. Please don't do that next time, I beg. If you support Tinubu, if I say anything about Tinubu, it will not pain you. Tinubu when they destroy Nigeria, you know as they pain me. You don't know as it is paining me as it destroying the country. Then if I come out and call him, say things that he's doing, it will pain you. Eh? The man is currently destroying our country and you're trying to make, and I'm saying it and it is paining you. Like I'm lying. So please, guys, that for me is the problem. We have to make sure that Tinubu is a one-term president and everybody doing anything that can do. We must not do it the same way. We can do it in different ways. But one thing is that one agenda that Nigerians must agree on in 2027 that Tinubu must go. No matter how he wants to do it, no matter how he wants to rig, Tinubu must go. He has no business being the president of this country. That is the truth. We have seen the best of him. We have actually seen the best of Tinubu. And look at all what I've been saying. Look at all the mineral resources I've been listing. That he has put his son, what they call this man name, and they are looting freely right now. Despite all these things, this man has borrowed more money in the past 3 years than the past 55 years of our country. This is a disaster. Then when we say it, you now come and be masking your anger. Like say you should be more angry than me or Nigerians and our millions that Tinubu is destroying our lives currently. Come on. Will, Mr. Will, let me bring up to the conversation. Please welcome.
Good evening, my brother. Thank you so much for your time.
Are you using an earpiece? I've been on my audio. Okay, go on. Let me see.
Okay, go on. I'm speaking out through the mic.
Okay, go on, please. Thank you.
Okay, so I've followed your assertion for a very long time, even on your videos, and I've always appreciated your stance. And then when we look at Nigeria and we look at the kind of people we have, it is a high level of mental bankruptcy that a young man in Nigeria will be supporting Tinubu, even with what we are seeing. And when you try to point people to the direction that everything this man does, every step he takes is a step towards our doom as the young people, I wonder how people sit down, evaluate such a president, and still have the heart to root for him even in public. No plans for the youth. The value of life in Nigeria is as low, all-time low. We are in a state of anarchy currently. We don't even have a country anymore. Life is as meaningless. In fact, to me, I feel that at this current state, Pakistan is more safe than Nigeria. The rule of law is nowhere anymore. People don't obey court orders. All institutions have been destroyed because one man has an agenda, an ambition. And you still have youths, young people, probably because of tribal affiliations or religious affiliations, rooting for this same person that is clearly in broad daylight destroying our country. When you were speaking about the mineral resources, I'm an agriculturist. A time ago, I made some research and I spoke to people outside Nigeria. One of the things Nigeria spends so much money on is wheat importation in terms of food consumptions. Because we have the bakeries, we have industries that are dependent on these things. Then I made a research where these things come from in the diaspora and what kind of soil is available to these people for the production of this same wheat. After that research, I discovered that in more than 5 states in Nigeria, we have same thing. And because of the greed of some certain people, as you have rightly pointed out, the farmers have been displaced. There are some certain states in the north and local governments that are paying tribute to bandits for them to access their farmlands. There are some local governments that are controlled by bandits. In Nigeria, one of the states that produce the highest amount of food is Benue State, and they have been strategically displaced. You go to Benue, you see communities, houses abandoned for over 3 years now. Yet the government are turning blind eyes. People are not valued. I'm surprised to see a lot of people speaking that bandits are in Lagos, as if they were thinking that Lagos is Basingse, where people cannot penetrate. I wonder, when you look at it, you see that most times Nigerian youth are the replica of the kind of governments we have. Reasons because majority of us are not studied. Some other people are just deliberately, should I say, ignorant of what we are facing as a people and the kind of future we are painting because of the governments we have. When you travel to foreign communities and you mention that you're a Nigerian, the level of scrutiny that you are subjected to, all because we don't have systems that work. And when we come out to preach to people that let us try something different, bring up somebody that over time we are seeing credibility, at least to a large extent, and they are coming about with tribe. I saw somebody in the comment section saying tribalism in Lagos. We remember Badebo Road Vivo when he contested in 2023 elections under PDP for Lagos state government. The propaganda was that his mother was Igbo. Therefore, he is an Igbo man. So Igbo man should not rule Lagos. But the young man is Yoruba by core. In fact, according to history and what he explained, his family were one of the founding members of Lagos State. So, and then somebody is on the comment saying that you're not talking with evidence, and I'm wondering, where does these people, how low can somebody's intellectual ability go? You know, it's sad, but it's also good that we have people like you that are pushing out, enlightening the community and enlightening the youth populace that this is what we can do. Now, if we have every possibility over 100% to unseat Tinubu in 2027, if only we can collectively come together to make it happen. In 2023, I had to travel from Lagos to Abuja so that I can vote because I couldn't move my PVC to Lagos. If we get people conscientized enough, and what VDM is doing now, bringing the youth to speed that we have the power, we have the numbers. Nigeria of over 200 million, the youth are over 80% of the population.
Swear.
And if half of our population can change this country, when you see people complain about Tinubu's policy, the man is old, he's archaic, he's alien to what we are discussing. We need somebody that is in touch with reality that can give us the kind of life that we are pushing for. And it's certainly not Tinubu. So kudos to you for this, and I'm hoping that we get to see this often and often until we get a better society. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's go on with the conversation. Thank you so much. I just want to add up to what you just said right now on VDM. Honestly speaking, you said 50%. If 10% of Nigerians stand up, 10% of Nigerian youth stand up, will change our country. 10%. You know, many of us understand numbers. Numbers, it looks like 50%. You know what 50%? 50% of Nigerian youth is more than, it's like over 40 million people. What? That's like 10 nations in Europe. No, if 2 million Nigerians say that enough is enough, 2 million. If 2 million Nigerians say enough is enough, 2 million Nigerians alone, we'll change this country now. That's why for me it is important we understand that that's why I want to start going into the next electoral cycle, to make Nigerians understand the power of numbers. We need to understand the power of numbers. We need to understand it because we don't understand how powerful we are. I always use this analogy of Nigerians being like eagles that were reared with chickens. When you rear eagles with chickens, they will never understand. They'll be eating, when you serve them, listen, they will always be putting their head on the floor, chopping like chicken, eating grains. They won't know that they will be growing, they won't know that that's a beautiful wing. They can fly and even carry all those chickens with them and move. That's how Nigerians are. We don't understand it. And that is why I am shouting that Tinubu is a disaster and Tinubu must go. Because with people like Tinubu, one thing is guaranteed. We will continue to have dumb Nigerians, stupid Nigerians, uninformed Nigerians, illiterate we make up our majority. Because that's how people like Tinubu thrive. He thrives in a system or in an environment whereby the people are stupid, they are dumb. That's why you say Nigeria come and tell. Look, yesterday on our live, I was saying that people don't even know they can build a full hospital in 6 months. They don't know. That in 6 months' time, you can build a hospital, equip it, and people that came here January, by May or July, let us say 6-7 months, if they come back to that place and say no, what happened here? They don't know these things. So Tinubu tried in making sure that the populace are dumb. Look at his majority of his supporters, especially back in Nigeria, Aberos, Stouts, Thugs. There's a reason why he has made those people popular. Are you seeing professors around Tinubu? Are you seeing professors around Tinubu? They see professor, anyway, professor, they near Tinubu. He doesn't empower those kind of people. He doesn't. He understands that an educated populace is a powerful populace. So what do? Water down education. Look at what they are doing with our students now going to university. They're trying to make sure that WAEC and maths is no longer compulsory. WAEC, their brother WAEC cut off mark from 200 to like 150, I've been at 120 now. They're watering down the educational quality so that the next generation that their children will proceed over will be more foolish than our own generation self. So we have to understand that if 10% of Nigerian youths rise up and say enough is enough, if 5 million Nigerian youths say enough is enough, we no agree again. Which, as we are speaking right now, there are over 5 million Nigerian youths are tired of Nigeria. If we can all understand this collectively, all of us will bring a book ticket now. They're ready for Abuja. We'll bring a book ticket ready for Abuja that the election, the after election, that election, all of us will stop Abuja. Our result must be called. If Abuja see 100,000 people, if Abuja sees 100,000 people on the streets, Abuja will shut down forever. 100,000. I'm not even saying 1 million. If Abuja sees 100,000 Nigerians on the streets, 100K, there is no police, there is no army, there is no civil service that can quench a 100,000 crowd demanding for their rights in Abuja. Look at VDM's video today. Just watch this video. I can bet you that those people there are more than up to 1,000. But go and see the energy of that crowd. Now imagine 100K. Let's move on to the conversation. OTB, please, you have to like welcome.
Yeah, I want to really sincerely appreciate what you are doing. And when I see
please ask your question in the comment section, please. Please. Ask your question in the comment section, please. Go on OTB, please. Thank you. You have 5 minutes, sir.
But sometimes I want to give up on Nigeria, but when I see what you are doing and what other young guys are doing, despite being the privileged of not even living in the country, shows that how patriotic you are. And people like you are rare, because I really appreciate what you are doing. But when I see others, like those on the comment section, still trying to support Tinubu, even those in the diaspora, sometimes I actually wonder if we are in alternate universe or we are still living in the same universe. When I see people like Obani Digbo in Nottingham and the rest of them that comes here, I just wonder how they think. But well, like you said, there will always be people on the other side of the divide. So it's normal. So I wouldn't be surprised. After all, the worst of humans have followers. So I wouldn't be surprised that Tinubu has followers. But it's unfortunate because when I see what is happening in South Africa and all this, yes, I'll blame South Africans, but will I really blame them? Absolutely no. Because some people, instead of them to let's sit down and find how to fix our country, they think relocating to another man's country is the best thing to do. That man can wake up tomorrow and put it in policy that sends you home tomorrow. So if he sends you home tomorrow, where will you go? You run from one country and go to another country. How long? We need to fix our country, and I really appreciate what you are doing. If I tell you I don't appreciate it, I lie, honestly. When I see people like you, I say, so I think saying all the patriotic people, they don't give up on Nigeria. Honestly, you are doing a very good job. That being said, what we need to do at this point is to be ready to face this monster called Tinubu head on. He will not live without a fight. That is the truth. He will not live without a fight. That's why he's trying to corner all the institutions and put them in his pocket. So while we are talking, we have to be devising our plans on how to engage. This one is no longer, they say, violent, take it by force, if need be. And so, right now, I don't say being neutral, no go solve the problem. Need to face the reality, face the enemy in the room. So the truth is that not only that we conscientize, we need to take it personal. Me, I've told myself straight up, as the election comes closer, I'm a pharmacist. If you come into my office and you don't have your PVC, you are not ready to vote to the right direction, I'll ask you to go to another place and get yourself sorted out. I'm not here I can't leave the UK where I was living comfortable, come back to Nigeria to see how to rescue Nigeria. You are here under hunger. You are still trying to push us down the tunnel of frustration. We need to be very serious. We need to speak. It's no longer the time to say it doesn't concern. It concerns everybody because we are all suffering. That is the truth. You see the way Nigerians are being treated abroad is because of our policies at home. Have you seen a Singapore person in the UK being treated like second class? Or in America or in any Western? Because they know how strong the economy is. They actually don't need you. Take Ghanaians, you see India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and the rest of them. Why? Because we have a terrible economy. And if we don't fix it, nobody will come and fix it for us. There is no savior anywhere. There is no savior. In short, this Western imperialists, they even like the way things are going on so that we keep rushing to them to be another modern day slavery. So when I see people come here to still justify the slavery, what we are suffering, it's funny, but unfortunately, you think people are learned. It is how they think politically and the rest of them, you actually know. I don't want to look at any region in the country to put any blame. The issue is that we that know what we are doing, we need to speak louder. We need to show every effort. It's not the time that say it doesn't concern me. I remember the last election, I was sending the little pounds I could send for them to change and mobilize. Now I'm on ground. We'll go with it. We'll push everything we have because we are talking about the future for our children. Some that out of the country think their children are secured. When Saka lost the penalty, we saw the uproar it was in England. So whether you have passport, you are still a Nigerian. And if it says people like Reform will send you back to your father's house, you think is your land because they gave you one paper. They revoke everything and send you back. So I want to appreciate what you are doing. Keep it up, and I'll be joining your space and trying hard to engage as much as possible to encourage you. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, JTB. Thank you very much. And it's good to know that you're on ground actually and you're doing the mobilization. Thank you so much. Guys, please, before I bring on the next speakers, please, across different platforms, if you want to join us and you want to request a mic, I'll be mixing it today, please. So guys, if I give TikTok some time, I'll give Instagram some time and Facebook also. Just let's have different opinions from different platforms. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the Emir Sirdam show and we're discussing the state of the nation. These are these trending topics today. As it comes, that's what we're talking about today. So please, I want to indulge every one of you, especially my TikTok audience. We have a mandate on this platform of 100,000 likes every time we come out here. So that's what I ask of you guys. Why I demand this is because we have to grow this live. We have to be competitive in this live. And TikTok is actually a very interactive algorithm. All it means is that as we are giving you guys are giving us back. So that's why you see a lot of people demand for giftings before you come onto their box to speak. I don't ask for any of these things. I open up my box. I don't care where you stand, who you support. You all your hard talks, Tinubu supporters on comment section. I know that I don't hold my mic. If you support Tinubu and you think Tinubu is good enough and you come up here, I will give you mic. You not come out here and you lie to me. That's what you not do for me here, right? It's open for everybody to come up here and speak. I don't discriminate. I don't segregate. All I ask of you is, guys, please help me in hitting the likes. Just be power tapping your life. It is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Until you see that we get to 100,000 likes. That is my own mandate every time we come out here. And the faster we do it, the better for us. Because I want to end this live today early, please. Because tomorrow is where I host my show, which also double up as the by the grace of God is the biggest political show in the country, and we do it on X, on Twitter. And if you're on Twitter, you can join us there tomorrow, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. That's a very long show from 8 p.m. till 12. And then we have time to discuss well. But for today, I don't want to go overboard because I have other things to do and I have to work and hustle and do other things tomorrow. So please, I just have to put that out there. So please, guys, my TikTokers, let us all power tap the live. All right, let me run the mic right now to Mr. Man. Mr. Man, you have the live side in 5 minutes. Welcome.
Okay. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Audible, loud and clear, sir. Welcome.
All right. Thank you very much. So, first, I would like to thank you for all you are doing for the country, Nigeria. It's not an easy venture, but we all must do it because we have no other place to call home. Yeah, so I would like to come from the other side of the conversation, which talks about solutions. Yes, because we're talking about 2027. 2027 is still about 7 months, about 6 months or 7 months away from here. And we don't know what life holds for us before 2027. Yes, we don't know what might happen before 2027 because the way the country is moving, anything is possible. Anything at this point in time, anything is possible. Our lives are at risk. We are not sure of whether to send our children to school or not to send our children to school. You know, we are scared, you understand? We are living in fear. And this is not how anybody should live. As citizens of the country, we should be able to at least enjoy one thing from the government. I've asked various Nigerians, I say, name one thing that we are enjoying from the government. One thing. What is that thing that every Nigerian is enjoying from the government? Nothing. There's nothing. You are not enjoying security. You are not enjoying economy. You are not enjoying. There's nothing. There's nothing I can lay my hands upon. From time to time, I go around different platforms, from TikTok, trying to interact with people and speak my mind and find if we can get a solution to this problem that we are in. Obviously, most of the times, apart from your own life and a few others, I think Truth, One Bitter Truth, and a few others who are always on point talking about politics and the way to move the nation forward. All other ones are just talking about whatever they want to talk about. But I came across one particular live. I don't know, these guys, like they're the Baptists, the Zaza and the rest of them, I came across that life. Oh my God, that life was very toxic. The life was filled with so much vitriol. There was so much anger, so much, oh my God. That is it. If you make one common sense in that life, they will drop you. If you try to make sense, as you just say anything reasonable, anything sensible, they'll just drop you immediately. They just begin to call. They just call you, oh, idiot, oh, bingo, this, oh, that. Oh. Before you know, the lives have turned over on top of your head. They will just say, oh, my father will never allow that. I came across they were saying that they are unhappy that they gave Nnamdi Kanu life imprisonment. That they were praying for them to give him the rope. That's the fact that they are even praying that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers should make a mistake so that they would give him the rope. That is the rope that they want for Nnamdi Kanu. That is their prayer. I can't imagine how some people will just sit down and be praying for the downfall of another man. We have lots of problems that are facing us as a country. And then if you leave all those ones, and it is the downfall of another man that you are talking about. And anyway, I don't want to even dwell on that. My major concern is, how do we solve this security situation that has bedeviled the country? What can we do as a people? The time of talking has passed. Talk is cheap. Now it's time for action. What can we do? We need to act now. The earlier we do it, the better it will be for us. How do we rescue this nation? Talking will not solve it. We need mass action. We need the youth to come out in numbers. We need to take back this country. There is no other place we can call home other than Nigeria. So if there is anybody, whether in the comment section or you, the host, who has any solution or anything that looks like a solution to this security problem, because obviously the government does not care. Yes, our children and their teachers are still receiving lectures in the forest as we speak. It's been over 3 weeks now, and they're still in the forest. And these people do not care. The relative of the former minister have been released just within 3 days. It says a lot that we don't care, we don't matter to them. The life of the Nigerian is worthless to this man. It's time for the Nigerians to actually put value on themselves. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Now let me just come in from this angle. You see, when I started my submission earlier today, I said something, and I said everything in Nigeria is politics. Everything is political. Everything is political. And when you start understanding it, when you understand what I'm saying, you understand that if everything is political in Nigeria, the solution to everything is political also. All I will advise Nigerians right now is to please stay alive. Find a way and stay alive. Because whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say, or you think, if you come outside, no matter what you come outside, when you come outside finish, you go back inside. Insecurity will still remain. To sort insecurity in Nigeria, it must take political actions. It must come from a person that has a political will to want to stop it. And that is not APC, that's not Tinubu. These people are actually benefiting from insecurity in the country. That is the truth. So all I can advise Nigeria or Nigerians listening to me anyway, please stay alive. Find a way to stay alive. So that by 2027, you will not do the political solution and take Tinubu out. If you like, if you come and say, let us protest, no matter the amount of protest you protest, Tinubu will be Tinubu. An avaricious, unempathetic human being that has no sympathy at all. That is who Tinubu is. You saw him when he went to, after we called him out, he went to Plateau State and he stopped at the airport. If you know Plateau State, he stopped at Haipang, Barikin Ladi, which is like a 30 or 45 minutes drive to the city, or like an hour plus drive to the city. He did not go in. They had to bring the victims to him. The same thing in Benue State. He has no compassion, he has no sympathy. In his own southwest, as we're speaking right now, in our southwestern part of the country, where they are taking Kogi State today, what people are writing my heck. I heard they killed the vice principal. Tinubu thank you, that's the right one. He's an insensitive human being. He has not visited the southwest. He no carry him. This is not the president. This one, he sees himself as a king. He doesn't understand what service is. And unfortunately, the majority of people that support him are already slaves in their mentality. Because what they see him is as a god, as a jagaban. Not to understand that the position of the presidency is a position of service. That is how you draw yourself closer to the people. That in times of austerity, you have to show yourself that you're a man that even Trump, with all his big manism, when hurricane happen, you go see him saying, go there. That is leadership. Tinubu lacks any capacity to be a leader in a country like Nigeria. He lacks it. So I'm saying it one more time. The only solution to our problem in Nigeria is political. Pursue Tinubu out. Any other thing you think anybody will say this solution, there's no solution, no. Because your problem is political. You need a man that has political will, that's ready to do hard things, to do the hard work. That's the only way forward for us. Prayer Bank International, welcome to your live. You have 5 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think I'll first by saying I want to sincerely thank you for the good job. I think it's one of the platforms that is speaking the truth and giving Nigerians hope that Nigeria will still be okay. And unlike other platforms which have done, and when, like the previous speaker said, before you know, they take you up if you want to go against their agenda, speak against their agenda. So yeah, and for me, I feel Nigeria is still going to work, irrespective of the leader we have. If we people are saying that Tinubu should go, if he's doing well today, let him be 90 years, let him be 120 years, provided the country is working. Nobody has issue with that. Provided he's driving the country very well, nobody's going to have problem with that. But you are old, you are not doing anything, you don't know what is going on. So why are you still going to come back? You fought for, you said it's your turn. Nobody voted for you. You said it's your turn and they gave you the chance. You've done 4 years. In 4 years, we cannot say this is the achievement. We cannot say this is what the Nigeria is benefiting. Rather, everybody is running away. Whether by air, whether by road, people are leaving. How will you be throwing your sons and daughters, pushing them out of the country? And they get outside, they are struggling. I usually say that the country is still going to work. It's just that we have not gotten the right leadership. The leadership is going to it's going to be a principal leader. It's going to be a strategic leader. It's going to be a leader that want to take it by force. Country is going to work. I said something to a friend a few days ago. I said, if they want the country to work economically, let them create a tax force. A local government tax force, state tax or federal tax force. So let those, for the local government, they go through the market, checkmate the prices. In the problem, one of the problems we are having, there's no check and balance when it comes to price of things in the market. In the Western world, it happened. It happened. Then our Nigeria case is not different. We understand that in the Western world, things are expensive. Price of items are expensive. But the government is able to regulate it. Sometimes when they see it's getting too high, they send out the memo. And they ask them to work with that memo. The supermarket work with this memo, no matter what. It's not convenient for them. But government has spoken. They align it. But in our place, there's not like that. Let them create a task force in local level, state level, federal level. The federal will go to the manufacturer. The state will check the social warehouses. The problem we are having as in Nigeria is that the wholesalers, when they tell you they stop their shop, things are going down. The one we stock, we still need to. We bought it high. Things are going down. How do? We still want to sell it the way we don't want to care whether the prices are down. We still want to sell it high. That's the problem we are having. The tax force will checkmate the warehouse, the wholesalers, and let the retailers, which the local market, let the local government tax force. So they let them be check and balance. The country will work under 1 year. It's possible. If we have a strict leader, but also if the country want to work, it depends on the individual. Our individual mindset is, but an average Nigerian, you ask the question, they want to loot. Can we continue to loot? Can we continue to steal? How is the place going to work? If you ask, I'm not speaking for Tinubu. If you ask him very well, he will tell you, I have the intention, but those behind it, they are wasting his effort. And he doesn't know. They are wasting his effort. They are stealing from him because he's old, he's not conscious, he doesn't know. So we need a leader, even when it comes to the security part, even though Obi comes in, there's going to be a problem without the
My brother, if you could wrap up in a minute, please.
Okay, we just wrap up. There's going to be the problem because when Buhari was there, people were saying it's humiliating, people are dying. Now this one came. If Obi comes, if he doesn't deal with it, because this thing is carcass. You understand? They will say, during when you were there, they frustrated your tenor. If you know you come, let's gather and frustrate his tenor too. So it's going to take him from individual to a straight government, a straight leader to make the country work.
All right, let me thank you. Let me help you. One thing you have to understand that we don't operate a socialist system, we operate a capitalist system. And you cannot do price gouging in Nigeria. You cannot implement that because the way people buy things, and we are an import-dependent nation. We depend on importation. So that is why, please, if you can mute your mic, that is why I resonate a whole lot with Peter B's mantra in 2020 when he said we have to move from consumption to production. If you're a consuming nation, you cannot, how do I put it? You cannot checkmate pricing. When you become a productive nation, you can now do these things you're saying. So we have to fix the basics first. So if you can't implement tax works and I import something at a particular price, tell me that you can't do that. And in these nations you're talking about, they actually subsidize prices for these businesses. They give them tax exemptions. They cut their taxes for them. But in Nigeria, to start a business in Nigeria is war. You pay tax here, pay tax there, pay this tax, pay that tax. In fact, they might even tax the air you breathe. So when you cut these regulations, then you cannot create it in a way whereby it cannot work for the businesses and for the people. Then let me come to insecurity. Let me tell you this, of which I believe is what probably Peter B will do. What I will do as president of Nigeria is simple. You have service chiefs. You have the Inspector General of Police. You have your Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Navy, Chief of Air Force. You have all your service chiefs. There is no reason why you should have service chiefs and when you resume as a president, they believe that their job is a permanent job. In fact, political appointments has no guarantee. The only guarantee that you will retain your position 6 months after I appoint you is that you have performed. I give you a target, you have a metrics, and if in this 6 months period you do not perform, you're gone. So if Tinubu was a sensible leader that had any sense in his head, by now Tinubu should have had a minimum of 5 different service chiefs. What does that mean? You come into power, the first time you come into power, your first 6 months, you have a directive to your service chiefs. In the next 6 months, I'm giving people a mandate to make sure that insecurity in Nigeria is nipped to the bud. There's a security budget coming, you people are bringing to the house. We are buying the ammunition. We are making sure that you pay you motivate our soldiers and our service, our security apparatus. We are doing everything from our own part. If in 6 months' time I do not see sample results across the country that we're quenching insecurity, in 6 months' time you are fired. Then you change the service chiefs. What does this do psychologically? The moment you're taking that first service chiefs out, the next in command to them understand that they have in fact, after that first 6 months, the next person coming in, I'll give you a 4-month mandate. You drop down the time. In 4 months, you're not already say, I don't use your Oga, set example first. In 4 months period, we don't get results, you're gone. In 4 months period, I will not even be stressing myself. You will see soldiers working because it happens like a chain of command. Because when you give that man a mandate, what he does automatically is that, Oga don't pass mandate to, I have 4 months to save my job. In 4 months period, he passes that mandate down to the other people, to all the divisions across the country. He passes it down to all of them. He can even start giving them in 2 months or in one month. Guy, in 1 month, you don't do it, you change. You will see a ripple down effect of governance from the top to the bottom. If in 4 months that person fails, you replace him, you bring a new set. You will see an improvement in the security apparatus because people will be working for their money. But what do you have on that Bola Tinubu? I think the only time he changed service chiefs was when they talked about they wanted to do coup. When he heard that his position was threatened, that's when that Dundee changed the service chiefs. Not because they were failing to secure Nigerian lives. So when I say this thing, when I say leadership in Nigeria is not rocket science, you just have to have sense. If you have sense, you will work. That's the problem. So they have their jobs and they feel like they're untouchable. That's why an Inspector General of Police will even he's past his retirement time. Tinubu will extend his time. Meanwhile, the country is failing. The country is unsecured. There's still police brutality. And this applies across all the ministries. The ministers. One thing you cannot fault Nigeria is that we don't have adequate human power. We have human resources in abundance. It's what God has blessed us with. With plenty. If you choose to just check your CV right now and say, bring out CV for people that Nigeria qualified in let's say, let's just look at one part. Engineers Nigerians are top engineers across the globe. You can get over 1,000 of them. Any sensible, proactive government will be reaching out for the best of Nigerians. Look at the people that are in Tinubu's cabinet. Name one person that actually fits his portfolio in Tinubu's cabinet as a minister today. Name one. A lawyer is your aviation minister. A lawyer. Now all he knows is to be reading and be lying in the court law. You cannot make an aviation minister. You're dealing with a very stupid Dundee in Aso Rock. So I'm telling people that our problem is political. Tinubu must go. Tinubu must go. If you want to fix Nigeria, pursue that old thief out of Aso Rock. And bring in someone that understands governance. And you will see as the country will begin to work. Because Nigeria is not difficult to fix Nigeria. I say this. People say it's not rocket science. You just need a sensible leader that understands these simple things I'm saying here. And how to implement it and have the political will to carry it to the very later. And that's why when Toby say 4 years is enough for him. I understand. And I agree because me, if I get it 4 years, I will fix Nigeria in 4 years. I'm not even saying it. I am listing it out for people to see that practical steps on how to fix Nigeria insecurity. I'll tell you. 4 years is enough to fix this country. Not to turn it to Dubai, but you will see clear roadmap that anybody that's going to come in after you will build on. And we'll go on to the next place. But how would this done? You give Tinubu 35 years. We'll be 35 years worse than we are today. Behind the scene, you have the live, please. 5 minutes.
Yeah, brother, I greet you. It's been a while. So I did follow you up on Instagram. Yeah, and I thank you. I have to appreciate how active you are on comment sections, not just on your own comment sections, on other posts. I see you everywhere. I begin to feel like how many PA you get? I be only you they do everywhere like this. I will see for Tunde, not see for. Come on, brother, I give it to you. You're too much. You're too much.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all you do. We they see you. So let me start by saying this is behind the scene. Connecting from Anambra State, and a visual artist and a tech enthusiast. What I'm trying to say, what I'm saying is this. Tinubu. Let me start from Tinubu. Tinubu does not know that he's wicked. It's better you are being dealt with someone that knows that they are wicked and what they are doing with to you is wickedness, than you are being dealt with someone that doesn't know. Imagine somebody step on your toes. Somebody is standing on your toes and they don't know. Than somebody that intentionally is stepping on your toes. So it's unfortunate. You know, I went to the Tunde North's page. He was saying we should advise the government on insecurity. My response was that I will not advise. You can't advise this government. You have to be a government before I can advise you. Let me say that again. I can't can't advise Tinubu's government because they are not government. You have to be a government for me to advise you. Now, why do I say they are not government? There are basic characterization of government, protection of life and property. Whether it's in local government, state government, any kind of government, if they can't protect lives and property, they are not government. Because that's at the basics. Okay, so when it just like sometimes I see us criticizing Tinubu, I feel like I don't criticize Tinubu because I know they are not government. Just like, for instance, you see an actor that is putting on police uniform. Does it make sense for me to call that person officer? Officer, come and arrest this person. Because I know this person is not an officer. So why would we be calling these people our leaders? Why will we think that they are government? Is it because, so if once you see me at the steering, at the driver's seat, you call me a driver? Does that make sense? So once I go into the aeroplane, I occupy the pilot's seat, you call me a pilot? So how do we think in the first place to criticize these people as government? If we were to criticize them, we criticize them for who they are. They are not government. These are politicians. Politicians occupying leadership positions does not make them a leader. So I know that and I'm at peace, because when you know that, you now see the reason to intensify effort to get these people out of that seat. If you want to know who a leader is, look at what they do. Don't, because our leaders are, you ask yourself, we carelessly use that word leaders. Imagine the real leaders looking at you calling these people leaders. So I have a lot to say that I can't even begin to say, but I want to know your lifetime table, because I have a lot. There's a system I'm working on, because I know that beyond the government, Nigerians are suffering psychologically. So I'm building a system that will fix the psychology of Nigerians. We have distorted mentality, we have distorted psychology, and I make excuses for us because we never got real religion, we never got real education, we never got real politics or real understanding of life. We got palliative education, palliative politics, palliative religion. Everything is palliative for Nigerians. We were born into believing. We were born into religion. And no religious person is logical. So you don't expect Nigerians who were born into religion, that just believe, don't ask questions, to now become logical when it comes to politics. It's difficult. So we have to create a system that will rewire Nigerians, the mindset of Nigerians, which even National Orientation Agency cannot do. So I'm working on it, and I wish to discuss that with you.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, man. You said so many important things here, man. Thank you very much. Please, let's hit me up in the DM. We'll just continue from there, please. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Meanwhile, great work you do. This guy does so many great arts. Maybe when we get, let me please just follow his page and see if you want all this kind of arts, visual arts that this guy creates dinosaur. They create with raw materials, man. Crazy art I see these guys do. As in, when I visited his page, I was blown away. So if you want those kind of decorations, please follow him. He's an amazing person. I'll leave him up here just for the fact that if you want to check out his work, you can just follow him and see what he does. All right, let me run on the mic real quick. The Waziris, my brother. Please, meanwhile, guys, can we power tap the live? Please? Let's get up into the conversation. Thank you so much. You guys are doing amazing already. Waziri, my brother, welcome. Good evening.
Emir Sirdam.
How you been, bro? Yesterday you come. I know just understand something happened to your network. You don't go back to Nigeria.
My children, plus, this TikTok is not really accessible for blind people like that, like Twitter. So I'm still struggling. But regardless, we are here. We move. Thank you so much, Emir Sirdam. Let me also toe the line of appreciating you. I see all you do. I don't have to be sighted physically to see it.
My brother.
I see all that you do. Thank you so much for all that you do. Thanks for enlightening people. Thanks for speaking for humanity, because that's what I'm all about. I'm a pro-humanist. So let me first of all start by, putting out this disclaimer. My name is Oluwatomi Ahmed Waziri. I'm half Yoruba. I'm half Kogi State. That's Ogun State. Ogun State and Kogi. My mom is from Ogun State, and my dad is from Kogi State. So why I'm saying this is that for anyone that to come and give you this, lies that people who are Yoruba are not supporting Mr. Peter Obi, this is me telling you that don't believe that bullshit. We have many responsible, people of my tribe and the Yoruba tribe that are supporting this man based on their conscience, based on humanity, based on the reality on ground. And let me borrow this Tinubu's listen. Based on our statistics, we go job. What is the reality on ground? So, you see, let me just speak to. I don't even know if APC people have conscience, but the APC supporters, see, it's not like we hate this man. If Tinubu was doing well, if we can see it, if all these reforms, whatever, now he tries to claim one accent. If we can see it physically, now statistic with your job, like he was dragging Mr. Peter Obi. If we can see it, will we be dragging him the way we are dragging him? Will the Nigerians be crying? APC people, is it because it's not your family that is kidnapped? Imagine, okay, be on a neutral ground, don't even support APC. If you're an average Nigerian, your family was kidnapped, you were kidnapped, or I don't always want to use that man's case. That teacher that was, if it happened to your family member, is it this trash you'll be saying? And that's why I'm like, is it that these people have no conscience anymore? And yesterday you were asking Akinje, are you sure you're not? You can't tell me that you're not, even if you're not collecting something from you, it has to be because it's either religion, it's either because you are benefiting so much way. Because inhumanity cannot be free. Let me repeat that. Inhumanity cannot be free. There is something pushing it. There's something pushing you back against the average Nigerian. Almost like telling them that their tears is not valid. Their pain is not valid. And you come and be telling us statistics. Is it reflecting in the life of the average Nigerian? We will not drag him if he's doing well. Now, let me also say this. If it was small, we know, obedience know this. And it has, without him even being a president, we have done it several times. If it was Mr. Peter Obi that you people are thinking, they will say we are calling him Messiah. If he was still the one there to Baba mess up, we will drag him. But you APC people, how do you people think? On your mandate, on your mandate, you can't. All you are is those you are not being like slaves. Why? Because I was listening to one interview the other day. They interviewed one Yoruba guy, one young Yoruba boy. They said, who do you want to vote in next election? He said, now Tinubu na, I be Yoruba na. And I'm like, you see, Emir Sirdam, another problem we have is lack of education. And I'll call it political education. And that is not the first time we're hearing it. That's not the second time. That's not the third time. I grew up in Lagos. I know what I was talking about. I'm talking about before I came to Canada. I grew up in Oshodi, Lungu. That was where I grew up. And I know what I'm talking about when I'm saying these things. You will see, it's so, they just like what you said, Emir Sirdam. These are the people that he can bamboozle and try to wind them and, use them. Whereas their own children, they cannot send them to go and be snatching ballots up and down. I'm becoming on Twitter Spaces with 5,000 naira to be dragging their Twitter timeline to be dragging people. Where is your humanity, APC supporters? If you say you are not being paid, what is the reason why you are able to just defend the indefendable? Lastly, I just want to say to Nigerians, see, the ball is in our court.
at the end of the day, look at that small version of that strength in numbers that Nigeria through video when he came back from the at the airport today. Nigerians, see if you can sensitize more people, if you can come out in your numbers, defend your vote, sensitize as many people as possible, do more 10 times more than what we did in 2023. These people there's no way they can come back. There's no way APC can come back. There's no way Tinubu can come back. Because Nigerians are already angry enough. It's now up to you to optimize on that anger. And then they go and get your PVC. Are you happy with what you are doing? If they kidnap you today with 5,000, this is how we should be talking to people. Those people are saying on the fair, you hear people say, I'm not into politics. Start talking to them. People in your workplace, in that place, this purple they carry, are you happy with it? Nigeria is so, I'm here in Canada and I'm not even a citizen yet. I cannot just say it out. I know how much the government is paying me as a person with disability. But with all the vast wealth of Nigeria, look at cultivated land that Mr. Peter Obi is always talking about. All the resources, everything. In fact, what will the person with disability in Nigeria even be saying when the average Nigeria is complaining? When the average Nigeria is crying? And you come and tell us not to talk? You come and tell us not to speak? Because it has not happened to you, or it didn't happen to your family member? And you'll be boldly coming to say, with so much. Hi. Emir Sirdam,
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, I always use it as an example for when you come out and tell this, Sirdam, thank you. I see my brother. You are going to thank you. Who's that? Okay, thank you so much, my brother. This is actually a man that Nigeria happened to. You know, I have seen so many people that Nigeria happened to, and when you see people that speak passionately, Nigeria must have happened to them. You know, this our brother right now is a victim of Nigeria. You know, so we all have to get to a point whereby we say enough is enough. We cannot all run away from Nigeria. Even if as I speak right now, I know that running away from Nigeria, that's one of the reasons why I don't come out and sell part of my side hustle on social media, because I partly do travel agency. But you know, I would say that everybody cannot run away from Nigeria. Everybody cannot run away from the country. You know, so we have to get to a point where we say, wait, because even the foreign countries are already even saying that from next year, if you see visa from next year out of Nigeria with all your money and everything, it will take a miracle. Because I believe that the world will look at us and say that these people truly deserve to suffer if we allow this disaster continue. We're not respected anywhere, home or abroad. You know, and I shot a video and I was getting research materials. I want to post a video. I shot a political content video I posted. I made on P2B. I wanted to post because I talk a whole lot about the problems. I rarely sell the man. Maybe I'll have one space. And why I don't really sell the man, because I think we have done a whole lot of selling from 2023 up until now. So I think I have people that always say, Sirdam, if you don't like, don't vote. No, I will personally do many videos selling the man in different sectors, because there are young voters, first-time voters that don't even know much about what the man did and why people like me are saying voting. Because I tell people, beyond the noise, beyond the spaces, beyond the conventional things we say here, make research for yourself. Unfortunately, Nigerians do not do research. That's why I'm going to be making short videos across different sectors on how this man handled them when he had the chance to do it in his little corner as a governor. So I was doing a research on education today. Hi. I'm saying it's not to vote you must vote P2B. You must vote P2B as in, if you don't vote P2B, you know what I will drop it, people see you have no option. You have no option. It is day and night. What that man did in Anambra State as a governor, with less than 20% of the resources that came into Bola Tinubu's hand as the governor of Lagos, Tinubu did not do 10% of it as the governor of Lagos. I don't know if this mass entered anybody's head. The resources Anambra received in 8 years as Peter Obi as governor is less than 40% of what Tinubu. What's 40%? It's less than 30% of what Tinubu got in Lagos, both IGRO and federal allocation in 8 years. And what Peter Obi did with that resources in that 8 years, Tinubu did not do up to it, 10% of it in Lagos in 8 years. And what I'll be dropping in this sequel, you will see it. You know, I'm not going to talk. You will see video evidence. You will see it. Nobody say AI video. You know, say this kind. Those are video time. Nobody AI. You will see. You will see. You will see things for yourself. That's why people like me are like, nah. We must fix this country, right? If you want to fix Nigeria, I'm not the one about doing all this agenda, tribalism, bigotry. No. Tinubu is a disaster. It's already there. If you're still supporting Tinubu, you're a bigot. Carry it to your chest and go on. It's not because you like Nigeria or because Tinubu is working. Because if it's for working, we all know Tinubu has failed. Let me run to the next person. Pages of life. Please, you have the line in 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, this is my own is a case of lamentation.
Lamentation chapter what, sir?
It should be the chapter at the end of the new chapter in the Bible. I'm adding a new chapter to lamentation. Because this is a peculiar Nigerian horrible situation that makes one to lament. You'll be forced to lament if you have been privileged like me to work as a professional across the globe. You walk around the globe and you had an opportunity of learning from people, listen to people, realize that God, these people are not as bright as the average Nigerian. These people they have the benefit of what we have in Nigeria. And yet see how they excel. I remember in Singapore, I was just looking at Singapore, I was just in the night I couldn't sleep. I was just reflecting. And I said, God. And somebody did it. Then I ended up lamenting and saying, I started blaming God. God forgive me, but that was how bad you know why I said so? I said, God, look, this president you gave to Singapore, they didn't produce him because they were hardworking. You gave it to them. George Washington, you gave it to Americans. Winston Churchill, you gave it to Europeans. Oga God, give us our own. Give us our own. And that's why I felt, this is getting close to that. Now, but let me tell you what I do again. When I go to that side, I forgot the name of that side, where they are all triple bigots. All of them. You know the shocking thing? The moderator like you is based in the US. Almost all of them. Highly educated. So when I go to look at them, I go to listen to them to see how they are able to turn around their level of education into such a bigotry and terrible state. I realize that what guides them is one, hatred. Hatred for the Igbo tribe. That was I picked that from them. Absolute deep hatred for the Igbo tribe. Two, fear of the Fulanis. I swear, if you ask me, I will say clearly that Yorubas are scared of the Fulanis. Have you seen them trying to challenge the Fulanis? Imagine if it was the Igbo guys, IPOB that was going to Kogi to kidnap their children, go to Oyo, go to Shogo. Imagine what they would have to say about the Igbo tribe. They know that Fulani is doing this one, but they couldn't. And I was looking at it. Hey, I did to them for about 30 minutes. They were all speaking about Igbos are terrible. There's so this one. They're from there. Yes, you can't open port in the Igbo land because it is in fact one of them made a shameful statement. How can you be dredging River Niger from local jazz down to the say no, it will be too expensive. So let's leave it. Let all the imports come from Lagos. And I said, really? That's how because they think. And I said, but this guy, and I said, okay, gentlemen. And I had to speak. I said, gentlemen, let me please chip in something, please. They agreed. I said, now listen. If in all of you, all this thing you are saying, you do not see anything wrong with Tinubu, then we have a problem. I said, now, 46 of your own people, brothers and sisters, and kids, are in your forest. They did not carry them to put them in Sokoto forest. They did not carry them to put them in Zamfara forest. They put them in your own Oyo forest. And you all shamelessly blaming P2B and blaming Igbos. and you are forgetting your brothers who are dying down there. I said, that is a shame. I said, this reminds me of what Babangida said. Babangida said when he was in power, if the rumor came to him that that's a coup that is planning, he will say, who is leader of the coup? He says, it's a Yoruba man. I say, we'll just go bed and sleep. Say, forget that, don't worry.
Sir, please, I try on my platform to...
Sorry, I apologize.
Please.
I'm just quoting him. Because when he said it, I started to agree with him. But the behavior now made me to tend to be tempted to agree with him. Now, I was telling my people, say, listen. And the first is that they are related to me. They're my in-law. I said, hey, these guys are in your forest. Now, as we speak, they've killed the principal, they've killed the math teacher.
F1, please. F1, please.
Oh, they've spied sorry about that. They've spied the math teacher. A little child is not unalive. And you are quiet. You are quiet. Can you imagine that? I mean, you're not able to say, what is it? What is this? This cannot happen in Yoruba land. This cannot happen in Yoruba land. I thought you said you guys are warriors. You even have a general called, I've forgotten his name now, the so-called Yoruba, the general of the Yoruba army, who is there. And he's not able to do anything. And Sonny Boy is saying, I can't go there until I'm permitted to go. Excuse me, you are telling lies. It's just the issue of bigotry and counseling. I said, but why can't you guys call out the Fulanis for who they are? Again, politics. You know why? Because they felt, when you look at the vote that Tinubu got last election, almost 68% came from the north. And so that is the, so they had to sacrifice everything to sustain that 68%. And unfortunately, the northern said, no, we have learned our lesson. You to the movement, we can rely upon. But I say, somebody is in your forest destroying you consistently. Arguing against you consistently.
So in a minute, please.
There, somebody's in your forest destroying you consistently, and you're out there diverting attention. What is your problem? So for the solution to Nigeria, I keep saying, the issue is not that Tinubu doesn't know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Those who are bigot for him know what they are doing. But what we really need to do is what you have said before. Nigerians have to mobilize themselves. That is all the truth. Nigerians have to. There are brilliant people who are in support of Tinubu. There are brilliant who don't support that bigotry things. I know. But we try as much as possible. So Nigerians have to mobilize. You made a statement. Say just find a way, no matter what, to be alive. And that is very instructive. Just be alive so that by January or February next year, when the election will take place, you can join forces and move on. But without that, I can tell you for free, gentlemen and ladies, I can tell you for free that the president has perfected his rigging machinery. It's not waiting for your vote. It's not waiting for my vote. I swear. It's not waiting for your vote. It's not waiting for my vote. I watched what he did in Edo State, and I laughed because I was taking interest in Edo State territorial election. And I was just trying to show. I remember he came here and said, do you guys want Edo State? The person said, yeah. He said, don't worry. Leave it for me. Who says that in a democracy? You cannot vote in Edo State. It's not registered in a vote. Even if you register there, you have only one vote. Why are you so confident that if you leave it for you, you know what to do? And that is exactly what they did. He has perfected it. The only thing now that we do not know is strategy. We do not know what he will do, but what we know is that we can vote and defend our votes. We can vote and defend. Initially, when I went the last time to vote, I vowed that I would never travel again to come and vote. But now I've changed my mind. I said because you don't give up like that. Initially, I said no. When I listened to him so many times, when he flew down to Canada and I listened to him very and I said, that's a ray of hope coming. That's a ray of hope coming. And I started preparing myself in terms of investing more in my business, investing more in Nigeria, preparing that when this guy come in, I will just fly down. But when I saw the disappointment, I said, no, I'm not coming again. But now I have prepared to go back. But we have to defend our vote. How we will do it is what I'm still thinking about. Okay, so let me because your time is up and I really want to rush the speakers. Okay. But please,
it's fine, sir, it's fine. But I will please indulge you and ask you to please go to my profile. the pinned video on my profile, the first video you see on my profile. I promise you, please come here tomorrow. Watch that video tonight. Then come here tomorrow and tell me if what I said there on how we will defend our vote is not what should happen.
Okay, I probably will do that because that's my only worry. Me,
Don't be worried. Please just watch that video and you come back and understand.
But I don't say no vote is counted. No vote will be counted in 2027. No, I lie. The man don't perfect our
That's his plan.
I promise you.
All
I
right.
will join you tomorrow.
Thank you.
8 p.m. Nigerian time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, my brother. Let me bring in my brother Welmy in Nigeria. Welmy, good evening. How are you doing today? Welcome, bro.
Yeah, Emir Sirdam.
I keep you for queue. Don't vex.
No. I'm trying to say that I said the queue they make kind of sweet.
I be one minute. Wait, make I bring. Please wait first. Just wait first. Do I have any APC supporter on my chat?
Yeah, exactly. If APC they mean the first talk.
Because I go on. Please, is there anybody supporting the government of Tinubu on my chat? On the that I've brought up here. If you are, let me know, please.
Yeah, we did.
Who are you?
No.
You are a mad dog. Did I say if any dog is supporting you, I talk about human being?
Why are you afraid of me?
I beg you, mute your mic before I drop you. I talk about it.
If not only they make you talk, make you say talk what you want to talk.
I beg. You see what I've noticed is that APC supporters, Tinubu supporters, they run away from real actual debates. Where the tribe is where there's bigotry, tribalism, insult, attack, I attack you, your papa na this, your tribe na this, obedient. That is where they are good. When it comes to intellectual conversations about this country, come and answer questions, they all disappear. My brother, women and please continue, I beg.
All right. Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you. Actually, again, kudos for this. I'm not gonna lie, there were points where I almost, not within the conversation, before this started, I almost on the doze off. And I know it's an accumulation of the last 2 days where I don't sleep late. So I can imagine on your own side, like if me where they sleep 1 hour before you, still don't they doze off before 10 today because I what am I sleeping pattern for 2 days? I can imagine you having to do this back to back. So more grace, bro. I came today to encourage people or to just let people know, some of the discussion that has been raised so far, or some of almost like a technical topic or things that are trending now that you talked about at the beginning of the space or the live was. So, for example, I think we started with like VDM. This is probably going to be one of the very few times I'll talk about VDM like vocally in public, right? And I'm personally very happy, personally. Okay, you've almost seen my tweet recently. I'm almost always just extracting parts of his video that I think is the points of emphasis and always putting it on Twitter for people to, because VDM makes like long videos, explain in details. Then I tend to just pick some of the part that I feel like that I think people should say twice. Especially with the recent focus, and because the truth is that it would be a lie if anybody telling themselves that VDM doesn't have a value. In fact, VDM has a big value to whatever part of the divide is in. So all that we should hope for. I kind of hope for, not we now. I kind of hope for that it would be on the right side, and the right side is not a political side, like you said, Sirdam. So the right side is not a political party side. Let me put it like that. The right side is at the very least political awareness side, at the very least. So it doesn't really need. If I personally, I don't think it needs to support any party. If it decides to, but I think what it's doing now in terms of voter education, motivating people to go and vote. And one thing is that because I almost like study VDM as I watch every VDM's video. Every video, and I don't watch it in terms of, I watch it for studies, for like analysis, both body language and what is said, everything. Like I literally, it kind of intrigues me. So why I said that was to say that one thing I can tell you about the man is that I feel like that guy is one of the biggest consumer of what's on the internet. That guy scrolls on what's on the internet more than probably anybody in Nigeria. It's why, and I know this from his video, I could tell that he even listens. So if he listens to what people are trying to say and tries to adjust. So you know some of those videos where you make, right? Where people they probably drag you, they insult you about. And you remember that you probably won't forget about one of the second videos you made to address VDM where you said he should start talking. He doesn't need to support the political party. Okay, let me put it like the first video you made about VDM, he reacted to that video.
Yeah.
And the way he reacted to that video, I knew that VDM is a consumer of the internet. VDM knew you before you knew him.
He's a consumer of content.
The way he reacted to that video, I was like, nah, this is not normal VDM's reaction. You know, normal VDM's reaction. So the way he reacted, I knew that VDM knows Sirdam. You know, he reacted relatively respectfully, right? Which is not his normal reaction, to be honest, especially if you call him out. Then the second video you made was to ask him to talk about things like PVC and all that. And I was expecting him to do that. So he started doing that. I was like, okay, he's doing it. And, you know, it's why I kind of got on the side and started promoting it. And I discovered that when we put fire on that first one, he needed another one. When we gave him, like, on that, he did another one. So, you know, I like someone that is open to, I'm not really learned, but, you know, it's someone that is a student of, you know, whatever is happening in Nigeria. And I just really hope that he stays on this path. And, you know, I personally want to believe it means well for Nigeria. He's done a lot to try to prove it that it means well for Nigeria, you know, different ways or not. Then the other thing you talked about is NDC, and I really, to be honest, I really actually don't need Twitter for us now because I did Twitter, I just look sick God. Wait till it happen like this. Like, I don't know what to say, but now I just say that I carry myself come TikTok. So I'm not going to talk about NDC. I kind of agree with what you said already in terms of we have found ourselves there. We have to find a way to deal with whatever comes with it until we're able to change. That's like the summary of what it is. Now, my last point is pretty much an admonition to everybody listening to this live right now. See, the truth is that if we allow these guys, APC, to remain in power post-2027, the only direction for Nigeria is downwards. The only direction for Nigeria is downwards. I know some people come and say, oh, their policies that they are putting in place, they say things like, oh, it's not ripe yet, we'll start reaping it later. Oh God, I can tell you for free that is pure scam. For those of you that know, this is a repeat of Buhari. I don't know when I promote this. As of Buhari's first matter of fact, Buhari's first phase in power was when he was doing the whole when the whole thing of body language was coming in. There was this whole thing of body language. So I can tell that what we are facing now, there was a time when people were saying, oh, what this thing Buhari is doing now, we are going to enjoy it later. But we are here now. Where even Tinubu himself is saying he inherited all this problem. So I just want to let Nigerians know that there's really no way up from this. So we have to decide again. One of the things I told myself today was that whether or not to like it, Tinubu is determined to return in 2027. The real question is, how determined are we to ensure that we want to stop our suffering in 2027? Tinubu is determined. If you pretend and say it's not going to be determined, Tinubu is very, very determined. Wow. And how do I know this? You know, I try to play with AI a lot, like just ask questions, have a chat. One of the questions I asked AI recently, which is where I'll end my submission today, is because people tend to say, oh, what would Peter Obi have done differently? Like, oh, Peter Obi said he will remove fuel subsidy, what would he have done differently? I can tell you that the very least, let's assume Peter Obi did the same policy that Tinubu is doing now. the very least Peter Obi would have done differently is that Peter Obi's body language would have been different. The way he handles it would have been different. In fact, Peter Obi would have intentionally put himself in a deprived position so much that Nigerians would be like, say, not really with the suffer too sharp. Say our president, we don't with the suffer. See, he's suffering more than us. That's very least that would have happened with Peter Obi. So I asked, AI discipline, and I was like, since 2023, just give me 20 budget items that have been, the way I asked AI was that budget item that, drew attention, that, were a cause for concern. And I'm going to tell you some of the things that this administration are saying that Nigeria doesn't have money. They are saying that Nigeria doesn't have this and that. They are saying that Nigerians need to suffer. Nigerians need to suffer. But I'll be just going to tell you some of the things that they are spending money on. As of 2023, in the supplementary budget, this guy budgeted 5 billion. Listen to me, 5 billion naira for presidential yacht, or what you people call yacht, right? 5 billion. They did as if they moved it, but they brought it back. And this 2023, this supplementary budget, 2023 just came. They budgeted 13 billion. 13 billion. And I'm emphasizing B, so people don't think it's M, it's B. 13 billion for the renovation of presidential villa. If you know that Buhari was staying before, Buhari was staying there, it's not as if but they budgeted 13 billion. I can bet you any president that really means well, that really thinks, people would have to suffer, will not budget 13 billion. It's actually 13.5 billion for presidential villa. They budgeted 7.3 billion for state house vehicles and SUVs. For vehicles, 7.3 billion. They budgeted $13 million, which is equivalent to about 17 billion for presidential air fleet. They budgeted 1.5 billion for first lady's vehicle. This is 2023 alone. In 2024, they budgeted 40 billion for renovation of presidential villa. Remember, this is the same presidential villa they initially budgeted 5 billion for in 2023. In 2024, they were budgeting 40 billion. They budgeted 9 billion for routine maintenance. They budgeted another 4 billion for operations of vehicles. They budgeted 2 billion for replacement of SUV vehicles. They budgeted 21 billion for the completion of the vice presidential lodge, which the vice president doesn't stay in anymore. And I'm saying all this so that Nigerians, because when you hear all these APC people tell you things like, some of his Tinubu made very tough decisions. These are decisions that needed to be made. These are this and that needed to be. He made a tough decision, but he didn't put himself in the tough decision. Down to 2024, right? Down to 2025. One of these they did, they budgeted 10 billion for solar. They budgeted 5 billion for presidential villa maintenance again. So this is 5 billion plus 40 plus another 5. That's since between 2023 and 2025. I've not got into 2026. So they budgeted 50 billion for presidential villa maintenance. And this is minus solar, or it's not solar, just maintenance. Then they budgeted, in 2026, they budgeted additional 7 billion for solar. So they initially budgeted 10 billion in 2025. They budgeted an additional 7 billion for the same solar in presidential villa. They budgeted 11 billion again for presidential vehicles. Are we a joke in this country? Like, I just read all this and I'm so pissed. And I'm thinking, Nigerians, are we a joke? So I'm just telling you, and these are like what I told them to just give me top 20. I didn't say, I'm sure if I say give me 50, you give me more 50. If I say give me 100, probably give me 100. After we start to see some ones that will probably cost more. And what I just did for that was to say, how much? I just took 21 billion that was budgeted for vice presidential residence and say, how many well-equipped US, so what I asked the AI, how many well-equipped US and UK highest standard level ambulance can 21 billion get for Nigeria? That's asking to give me the highest level, US highest, the top of US standard, the top of UK standard ambulances. Do you know that the money that was wasted, and I'm saying waste because that villa now, that house that they've been motivated for Shetima is no longer living there. Shetima got there and saw that the house was bugged and decided not to leave there. So technically, that 21 billion is wasted. So that's why I took that particular one. And you know the numbers I got. With that 21 billion, we would get about 105 top standard. I'm not talking about like with that one we can get maybe over 500 average ambulances, over 500. But top standard, one where you can literally almost do a surgery inside the ambulance. Right? In fact, because it's because of time I'm trying to go rush. Some of the spec of the ambulance that I got, if I just quickly scroll to it, so that I can tell you some of the spec in the ambulance that it gave to me. It's ambulance with ventilators, ambulance with I'm sorry, I'm just strictly trying to tread there to get to that point where I asked you that question. Yeah, he said fully equipped Mercedes Sprinter ambulance with ventilator, cardiac equipment, climate controlled meds. That you can control the climate inside the ambulance. To tell you how standard I'm talking about, with this high standard, it can get us 105. 105. If you divide that 105 by 37 states in Nigeria, it means, by 105, if you divide it by 37 states in Nigeria, it means at least some states in Nigeria will get 3, some will get 2. If you have 3 of those ambulances in Nigeria, do you know the number of people that will die less in Nigeria? And I'm talking standard ambulance, standard. If we decide to go for lower ones, it will get more of this. And we are talking, and that's just one of the budget items. Just the 21 billion I do, I not do the other 20, 40. Come on, Tinubu is determined. If we are determined enough, if we think we are serious enough, then we know what to do to take out these people in power. So thank you very much, Sirdam.
My brother, thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. I beg, please, you go, please do more of this research and please, tomorrow on Balance, please, I beg, I will need this to be the focal point of your submission tomorrow. I beg you, please. You see, Tinubu has to do jail. Tinubu has to end his life in prison. That is the truth. If you are a working country, Tinubu has to finish his lifetime. The remaining days of his life from 2027 should be in jail. That is the truth. If we are a serious country he has to end up in jail, a lifetime in prison for the fraud, for the criminality that is going on under his administration, under his watch. And when you hear this kind of stats being reeled out, you understand why. That's why I say, if I just tell you say that Nigeria is poor, the moment I just say Nigeria is a poor country, I just move on. I don't talk to you again because I know that you no matter how high you are educational, you are illiterate. Be a professor, be a PhD holder, a master's class, you are an illiterate. If you ever have that notion in your brain that Nigeria is poor, you are an illiterate. You don't understand. The biggest problem we have in our country is corruption, and it's all tied to waste. Waste. These men just steal money and waste it on nonsense. I started my submission earlier and I said, Nigeria have no business with poverty. We have zero business with poverty. There is no excuse why Nigeria should have a poor person. By the nature of what God has given us underneath our soil, by the nature of the kind of waste we see. And that's why I see someone, I will still circle back to Mr. Peter Obi. One of his greatest campaigns is cutting costs of governance. How do you explain that Tinubu has 50-something ministers? I'm going to bring in Dauda right now. Dauda, because with all your page and everything, honestly speaking, you people are illiterate in that camp. I want to bring you in right now because I'll ask you a question now. Dauda, please unmute your mic. Dauda, unmute your mic. You say you want to school, my friend. Please unmute your mic. You hear me, so? Now unmute your mic now. I won't cook you now. I won't cook you because honestly, what is the talk now? Not scatter my head. I won't cook you now. Are you there? All of a sudden, now your network don't like say it in Nigeria. Yeah. Your network don't shake like Tinubu hand.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I hear you.
Hello?
I hear you.
Yes. I'm ready 24 hours, 247.
So you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very clearly.
Now that at the top of your head right now, name for me 25 Tinubu ministers and their ministries.
How does that add to Nigerian economy?
Answer me now. Name for me 25 Tinubu ministers and their ministries. You won't begin press phone. You won't use AI.
Yes, so Ezo Wike nightmare to the opposition.
You press phone.
FCT governor.
One.
Kayamo.
With the hear your system, you do cha. Press and quick. Two.
Alkali transport, but that one don't resign. Go look for governor.
They use Google.
Bianca Ojukwu.
They use Google. They help yourself.
Ministry. No. Let me open my camera. Right. Bianca Ojukwu. I'm sitting down in an honest chair of honesty. Bianca Ojukwu, Foreign Affairs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You look your system there.
See,
my brother, you cannot name 25 ministers in Bola Tinubu's administration that you're supporting for the past 3 years to 4 years.
Yeah, but I can name 25 activities of Tinubu that is making Nigeria great again.
You see that is I just put that to you to understand. First of all, to expose what I was saying here, the waste in government. Calm down. Don't stress your brain. You know if you never even get 10. You know if you get 10 safe. 10 hard for you. I just go 25. The reason why I go 25 is saying a half of Tinubu's ministers. Don't worry, calm down. I'll come to you back. I just put you in the spot to show you that I will bring Tinubu supporters, even with AI, in front of them, and they ask AI safe. Before AI go boot, it go hard. Right? But I want you to understand this, that I told you half. Tinubu has actually have 53 ministers. And you can't even name 25 at the top of your head.
It doesn't.
It shows you. I'm just showing you the wastage that Tinubu has permitted in his government. 25 ministers you cannot name. There is no reason in Nigeria telling us that we're passing through hardship and poverty, and this is the biggest government ever. You carry people and pack and are using our money and be feeding them. Then you're giving Nigerians rice.
One of Tinubu minister that is not performing. One.
You say what?
Can you point to one Tinubu minister that is not contributing?
None of them is contributing. They're all abject disasters. All bar none.
Kayamo is not contributing.
Kayamo is contributing.
See people that look at this lady from.
Now let me start your time, please. 5 minutes. Go on.
Okay. See, I want to first of all, that a president is performing and moving Nigeria to the next level does not mean there will be no challenges. There will definitely be challenges amidst, transformation. When I commit myself to supporting Tinubu, number one, it's not because Tinubu know me or I know anybody close to Tinubu. There is something that I want to have seen in Nigeria, the kind of actions, the kind of things that I want a president to come on. There are certain areas that I've been looking for somebody that have the audacity to enter there and deal with the people. And Tinubu went there when I didn't know. See, let me tell you where. Last election, I voted to God.
Oh God, get out to use your nonsense lie. You don't come up before.
I'm telling you, but this my finger. Na Tinubu. I dey go cancel that before.
I better don't carry that nonsense lie before. If I go find my recording space where you talk, say you vote Tinubu before, you're going to say that should be.
See,
light and darkness. We go support light and darkness.
Obi should just accept.
Okay, tell your Tinubu, tell us what Tinubu is doing. Don't come and be giving me. Your time is finishing. Don't spend 5 minutes there.
Let me tell you.
There is, if you see these Nigerian people, before it's no hunger that they used to cry for in that country. Bad road. Anytime they are singing song about bad government and anything is road, and electricity. And they think that the road will just come out like this and start appearing on the street of the country. Look at all the road that Tinubu is doing. By the time Tinubu finish those roads, tell me what kind of burden he would have relieved of the next government. I'm telling you, those roads are roads that will add to the economic value of Nigeria. Imagine the international airport. We like insulting our international airport. Now they are fixing it. It's part of the economic distance. By the time they finish the airports, finish those roads, the amount of money that Tinubu is investing in, and the money that Tinubu invested in that airport is not borrowing. It is some money he saved. Look at what he would have next government. By the time next government comes to power and found out that I do not have to deal with these roads, if that government gets sense, he could look at another area. That is what we call sustainable development. Not the time that when Jonathan was in power, he did our economy became the largest in Africa. We overtook South Africa. The largest. Today, where are we? Fourth. Why? Because Jonathan did what Nigerians like. Oh, give them, you win. It added to the GDP. Give them empower. It added to the GDP. But all those programs were built on unsustainable platform, which are programs like you win and empower. What happened today? Collapse. Tinubu is not going that route. He is giving you beyond his life. He is giving you beyond his era. He is giving you legacy. All those roads, by the time you open up, by the time you can travel across Nigeria easily on good road to do business, my brother, I'm telling you, Nigeria will never remain the same again. Electricity is not neglected. You see, Nigerians don't know how to fight their enemies. They leave them alone and be dealing with the wrong person. In Nigeria, these people that used to supply gas for our electricity, we were getting less than what we could when we are generating, because they claim they have supply gas 4 trillion naira. Corruption, the way they were doing corruption and subsidy. Tinubu came. How can you justify 4 trillion naira gas that you are supplying to the country for electricity? Tinubu say, oh yeah, audit this account for me. Nigerians are there insulting him, but he's looking at the root cause. We cannot go and be doing all these things without dealing with the root cause. He sat down, he said, audit this account for me. Let's know what is happening. It's slow. When you want to fix a problem sustainably, it's slow. But it is going to be effective for a very long time. And there is a good vision. What I'm calling Nigerians is key into the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do not be left behind. The train does not wait for anybody. By the time you are focusing on Burkina Faso and Ghana, before you turn your file with Jiga, you don't go far.
Thank you.
Microsoft came to Nigeria.
Thank you. Don't knock it down. Thank you. I swear, dude. I swear, Nigerians to key into Tinubu Vision 2020. APC. That juju they do APC. You don't go better for them. Okay, then Chucky, please. You have the live 5 minutes, please.
Okay, Sirdam. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
If I say you always first carry APC supporter before I talk, the same thing you did yesterday.
Oh, really? I don't know. It's not intentional, my brother.
So that I go start vex.
No, I vex.
I don't go vex yesterday. Anyway, so thank you. Like, I just want to appreciate your platform. Personally, it has forced me to talk to people around me. Everybody have to get PVC. People in Nigeria, You have to get a PVC. No more sending money to anybody without PVC. So even if not 10 people, 100 people, 10 people, 15 is something. Like convincing people, explaining to them the difference between why you need to vote for. Me, I know they do, you can vote for anybody. There was somebody that spoke earlier today that was talking about he went to Singapore, he was like thinking. I'm somebody that I read a lot. I don't read about so many countries. Like I really like history. How even the US, the UK, and all these countries, like how they were founded. And people talk about countries, they will say Nigeria no get institutions. Like, oh, you need to change everybody. Even if you put Peter Obi, what about the senators? What about this? What about the governors? What about this? If people actually study about these countries, everybody cannot be excellent at once. It's somebody that always starts it. Institutions are built by human beings. So we have somebody that you have to think of the country like a body, a human being. You have to build the habit. But after a certain time, the habit will be what will be controlling you. So Peter Obi is the person that is, people like Peter Obi are rare. It's somebody that if we have him at the helm of affairs, it's going to help to craft out systems that even when he leaves, it's going to help other people to fit into that specific system, continue working. All right? It's unfortunate that we might not have him for so many years, but I know for certain that even 2 years is going to be massive change. Nigeria is not that difficult to change. There are countries that are way more complicated. I keep telling people, even the US, that people think, oh, because I currently live in the US. The US that people think have one singular mind, oh, liberty and this thing. It's not true. Like there are so many divisions among people and among different races and so on. So many countries. People might have heard about El Salvador, that just how many years ago, like it was just crime, murder up and down. It didn't take the guy up to 1 year to change the story of that country. Argentina was basically super inflation for how many years? This guy is there, like, and everything's up to 2 years, and everything is already changing, right? And we don't even need everybody. We don't need, so before, I feel so bad when I go online, they see people, they support, waiting, I feel like, say they okay. But in the end, even Hitler gets supporters. So now I'm like, you know what? All we need to do is to try to continue to convince the people that we believe, continue to show what we think is right. And more importantly, I actually think we should find a way. I don't know if we can have Telegram groups or whatever, where we can figure out a way to point out a couple of people in every polling unit in Nigeria that are on the same page. So when it's closer to the time, we can say, okay, we get maybe 300K polling units, and we get maybe 2 or 3 people across where they there, where go fit help. Then make sure, say, if we get any plan to reduce insecurity or ensure, say, the votes they collected, like something practical. I don't know whether you get the plan already or anybody already get the plan, but it's just something I think, if it's possible. So I just want to encourage people that we should keep pushing. Like, I don't give up hope on Nigeria, to be honest, because it breaks my heart to leave the country. I know what I tried to do on my own when I was back there. I'd be one of the people where I love Nigeria die. But as I see say they re-elect Buhari, I'm like I cannot continue like this. Even the people they get surprised, say I try convince them, they say at least there's some hope. But please, Peter Obi is going to fix the country to a large. I can bet anything. I have been listening to this guy for years, and I have listened to so many leaders, George Washington, like Abraham Lincoln, all these people. I know their underlying philosophy of what it requires. All we need is to get as much people as possible. If this guy has a chance, the amount of money that is waiting to come back into Nigeria, I don't even know if people understand.
I swear.
People just don't have any hope. Even if they announce Peter Obi, I swear, just buy any share for Nigeria, your share will triple. I can bet anybody. So please, let us not give up, because we have so much. People are dying. Now, it's not even about economy anymore. People are dying steady. So I don't want to focus as much on Tinubu and so on. Like I said, even Hitler, Stalin, all these people, they had people that actually believed in their philosophy. So there are so many people that actually believe that Tinubu is doing well. We need to just continue to focus on our, like, what we believe, try to grow the people as much as possible, and whatever we can do, practice anywhere I can help. Like, I'm always available, like, at least from where I am. So please, that's all. I don't want to spend way beyond I've already done. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gune. Thank you. Now, why you run now? I want to ask you a question. I hear say they wanted. Is it true? I want to know whether that's true. Eric, is that true? I didn't see our conversation. I want to know whether it's true. Whether that's why they support APC. Jaja, missed our time to speak.
Number one, this is for you. And this is one correct salute for you. I watched your other video based on Zamfara. You see, what I love about you is you're factual, dedicated. And the truth of the matter is, I am begging you, Sirdam. You see, these APC data boys, we are already traumatized in 101 ways. Nigeria is happening to us in several levels. They don't care. They are so narcissistic. Enough, they don't have emotions towards the feelings of the people, just like the leadership they are supporting. In all truth. So why even give room? Every platform right now, I'm advising them, once they come, please don't even engage them. Right now, we need to rescue our country because there's no place like home. There is no place like home. Me, personally, I will continue to tell you, I've detribalized myself. Don't ask me where I'm from. I'm a Nigerian for every good Nigerian. We have focused leaders in this country. For crying out loud, in the situation we're in, tell me what policy somebody is coming here to say the ministers are doing their work. Who is working for who? All the institutes in this country have been hijacked. We are the ones paying tax, Abi, and then we are paying them. Are they working for us? What is working in this country? We ourselves, we have to be the change that we are clamoring for. Number one, bigotry must go out of our heads. We are united by one thing: corruption, corrupt leadership, and corrupt individuals that are following this leadership, collecting bits and pieces, and they're here yapping what? Our people are being quiet day in, day out. Hunger, the price of everything has. Tell me what policies have they brought? But I don't blame them. I don't blame them because it's the class or not those that we've allowed to come and topple, and they are just a minority. What are the majority doing? No, we are focused on it is the differences within us that is dividing us. Emir Sirdam, Nigeria happened to me. I've experienced the system as a woman. I've never committed any criminality in my life, but because I spoke out 7 years. So nobody will come and tell me these people are this and that. This thing has been existing for a while, but we have a way of letting it go. It's high time we stand up for a leader, wherever he comes from. As long as that leader is qualified and we see he's a visionary leader, dedicated to get the job done, and he needs our support whether we like it or not. The land is blessed. All these illegal minings are going where? Is Lagos, they are opening where they will be cleaning gold and other mineral resources. Where are they going to be? To remind me these things. For crying out loud, are we even supposed to be born in this country? Tourism alone, in just tourism with our diversity, there will be a lot of jobs created. Till date, power has not been corrected. False hope and false promises. We will never expect a Messiah to come and guide us. We ourselves. You see, with the issue of VDM, he stands for people. But right now, the people need to stand for VDM. It's high time, one for all for one. That is what we need to begin to do to these people. Because the power of the people counts. The power of the people counts. You remember when they tried to bring down social media, the next thing they saw what happened in Nepal, in Melu. So automatically, you remember when they went to report them in America, all of a sudden body language can't change. The insecurity is becoming alarming. Their I don't care attitude. Do you know how much these people are taking out of us every single day? Tell me, how much are our salaries elsewhere? And you know the sad part about it, those that have experienced living in the Western world, per hour is minimum wage. It's only in Nigeria they will tell you monthly minimum wage. For crying out loud. And they can afford it too. But one individual has looted enough to feed Nigeria for over 20 years. And nothing happens to them as long as they are running on the mandate. I am angry. I am frustrated. I am saddened. Because if you listen to some Nigerians, you begin to, these ones go to school, intentionally, they allowed education to fail us. But where is the common sense in us? Where is it as Nigerians? I'm an Igbo man, I'm a Fulani, I'm this, I'm that, and that. Has it solved their problems? We have criminal elements in our midst. Please, we should clear those people around. How much are they getting? They are rehabilitating who? Tell me. When we go back to the Biafran war now, no victor, no vanquish, they said. The victims that suffered losses, loss of lives there. Children of trauma. Today is inherited trauma. And then we are seeing what is going on now. And we want to say that tomorrow we will have a country. Maybe we want to go and be slaves elsewhere. From grassroots level, I'm advising every Nigerian from grassroots level, from local government chairman, councillors, when they want to execute any project, the people should unite. This is what we want. Those that are educated in their mission, educate those uneducated. Show them vision. This is Malaysia. This is what they've accomplished. Okay, this your community has this. How are we going to collectively mobilize and begin to do this? Every community can afford to feed itself. This is vision. But where are we? We are busy bickering. It is Muslim, it is Christian, it is that. We will not move forward. We need to start holding our leaders accountable. We need to gang up against them. One for all for one. One voice, as united as we are. All of a sudden, they are picking us up one by one. One by one, they have mastered this strategy. Police will carry you, DSS will carry you, ICPC, just to silence you because they see you as a threat. Is Nigeria no longer our own? Does it only belong to them and their data boys and whoever it is that is doing the valley? For what? Haba, enough is enough. I am begging you, brotherly. I'm proud of you, but I am begging you. You see this data boys, stop engaging them. Because when that other one came, I was frustrated. Depression was rising. You want me to have high blood pressure? In short, how do you even cope with this? Senseless vision, senseless talking, immune to the feelings of common Nigeria. I am begging you.
Jaja, see, I address this every day. I addressed it yesterday, right? Honestly speaking, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the way you're saying, how do I cope with them? The truth is that I use them to understand the reality of what we are passing through in this country. The truth is that whether we like it or not.
You will not understand.
Wait, now hear me now. Hear me. Just hear me out. Archangel is here already. Same. Archangel don't come. He go still talk.
Please.
Wait now. Wait.
Because it's no longer funny.
Wait. The time that will stop engaging them is coming. The time is not yet now. Why I'm doing this is simply, I say it all the time. If I turn this live now, just us, all will end up being an echo chamber. Let it be that there are things Archangel come and say here now that Archangel did not remove you, nobody removed you. Maybe it's Abaso, but I did not remove you. There are things Archangel will come and say here now that some of his people, some of his followers, because subconsciously, and I'm repeating this for emphasis sake, there are people that support Bola Ahmed Tinubu today, young Nigerians that do not truly know that he's a disaster. They have been fed the propaganda. They have swallowed all these things these guys tell them. The data boys have been telling them. So what I do on this platform is I give these data boys a chance to speak. And they come with some of these people to this platform. I see them. And when they are speaking, I allow them speak. Then I tell them the truth. We have transformed many APC people to supporters of a new Nigeria on this platform because they hear the truth. They come up here and they are feeling like maybe it's hate. I hate Tinubu. It's not hate about hate Tinubu, but when look at how I put down on the spot. I said, name 25 ministers under Tinubu. He cannot name them. Right? That's what you have to understand. So when we do this thing sometimes, it's not because it is pleasing to what they are saying. No, it's not what they are saying is not pleasing. But you use them as a reference. I put them on the spot. I use them as a reference point for Nigerians to understand. Is this what you want to continue? Or do you want to be in Nigeria? So please, and just bear with me. People should bear with me. And that's why there are not plenty. And there are very few that come out to speak. The remaining they are on comment section. They will just be insulting on comment section. Writing, speaking different language on comment section, insulting. They don't come out to speak. Many are faceless. Right? So they are not much. So just 1, 2, 3 of them in a life that comes out. It shouldn't be a problem for you guys. And please, I hope you guys understand. For a lot of people that are complaining that why they're being there, please. All right, let me run the mic real quick. King One, you have the life, please, in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Dauda, I asked you a question. Sorry, please, King Mike, if I start the time. Dauda, is it true that you're wanted? Please, I don't like wrong accusation on my platform. Is it true that you're wanted? Dauda, come and clear your name. Oh.
That's why I came up.
Okay, that's why I even brought you up. Please, King One.
Yeah. Okay. Can I continue?
Yeah, continue, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Emir Sirdam, you are really doing a great job. It's a part of the sensitization we are talking about, trying to change the ideology of our people when it comes to politics and governance. You are really doing a great job. Thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.
I want to talk about currently Nigeria is going down gradually in all areas. Yes. Because I try to look at the history of the fall of Syria. The fall of Syria started the same way what is happening in Nigeria now. Yes. Why Syria became a war zone, why it was destroyed. One of the reasons it failed, and the country is in rubble, and we have different groups and all that. First one is political repression. Yes, in Syria they have political repression, which is currently going on in Nigeria now. Corruption, lack of free and fair election is already in Nigeria. Economic hardship is already in Nigeria. Government crackdown, they have started cracking down on people. When you talk about the government, when you talk against the government, they now charge you, they now whisk you away, they now even kidnap you, and it's actually happening. What I do is this, I know I have people that they look and see what is going to happen in future, but some people in Nigeria, they don't really understand what is going to happen. If we don't stop it now, and we stopping it is what? By changing this government, this APC government, changing it, by voting them out. By all means, change them come 2027. Let me tell you, like I said in last time on your life, if we fail to do so and continue this way by keeping silent, those of them that are on the fence, Tinubu will be there. After, when he finishes the 4 years, they will pass the law, he will rule 6 years. Before the 6 years finishes, they will turn him into a life president. And they keep super, and by that time they must maybe have limited social media in Nigeria. These things is going to happen. It's going to happen if we don't do the right thing now. If we don't leave tribe aside, religion aside, it's going to happen. Let me tell you, for those of them that are supporting the APC government, I have to tell you, you are only expendable. You are expendable. Yes, keep doing that. They'll keep giving you money. you are expendable. You will be used, you will be dumped, and you will be left behind, or you will be destroyed. That is the real fact about it. Keep doing it, but know that the end of you supporting this evil in Nigeria is what? You are going to be expendable. I am telling you, that's the real truth, that's the real fact. The destruction in Nigeria is much. And see, I was talking with someone today out of Imo State. The person told me that teachers want to stop going to school because they don't know when an attack will happen to them. Yes, they don't know when an attack will happen to them. Schools are now trying to stop for a while. And somebody will still come up here and tell you that Nigeria is working on what basis? The economic policies are zero. The economic policies that you are putting in place that cannot affect positively the life of a common man in the street. What type of economic policy is that? And somebody will still come up here to defend this same evil system. Let's work together to make Nigeria a better place.
All right.
Some of us will talk and some of us, it's not that we can't be okay.
Please, if you could just wrap up, Mr. King.
It's not that we are not okay where we are or how we are. No, it's just because we still have people and it's our country.
Thank you.
Get your PVC. Tell people, get your own. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All right. On UN Oseku. Uno Seku. No. Wait. The person the accuser never accused you yet. When you accuse you defend yourself. Uno Seku, you have the life, please. 5 minutes, please. Welcome.
All right. Okay. Hello, Sirdam, and hello everyone. It's my first time here, and but I watch you a lot, so I watch you a lot, but it's my first time catching you on the live. So I'm going to do 3 parts to my submission. The first part is about Very Dark Man. I really enjoy what he is doing. He's a truth seeker and a person that holds integrity to a very high standard, and that's what we need in our polity at the moment because of this level of corruption that we've gotten ourselves into, to the point that individuals are corrupt, but they are pointing fingers at the government. So that balance of, hey, us as citizens should hold ourselves to a higher standard of integrity is what VDM, and as a truth seeker, that is very important for the kind of Nigeria we want to build. Secondly, I was watching your video on yesterday about solid minerals, and I thought that was very interesting. If we're able to actually match the solid minerals with factories manufacturing, how much it will cost to build the actual factories, how we are going to build our base industry, because it's based on steel. Production of steel is the base industry for agriculture, for telecommunications, for electricity and everything. You'll never hear anybody talk about that. All they're talking about is creating jobs. Nigeria's problem is not creation of jobs. Nigeria's problem is creation of sustainable businesses that can employ people for at least 30 years. And we need at least, say, 2 million sustainable businesses that can employ at least 100 people for 30 years. So these people will have to be able to build houses like 5 bedrooms, have 3 vehicles, 1 SUV, 1 pickup truck, 1 saloon car, and then they should also be able to cater for extended families. Because in 2050, Nigeria is going to be over 400 million people. So we have to think that way. So we have to look at the resources, production assets, and attach that to industrialization and the base industry, which is really about Ajakuta Steel, getting that back up online, if we're going to upgrade it to a new 21st century steel production plant, that's what we need to do. Now, the third aspect as well is about code of conduct of the security architecture and civil service. How do we create a 21st century civil service and security architecture? What is it that they would have, benefits they would have, that would make them be able to also voice out when superiors give them illegal orders? And what consequences should be put on illegal orders and the implementation of these illegal orders? In my own humble opinion, it should be considered as treason for any superior officer to give an illegal order and for the people who are implementing the illegal order. We need to look at all of that. Then also, in indigenous rights, we need to look at that. How do we integrate the indigenous rights of Nigeria? Not human rights, indigenous rights. This way, we are getting a constitution from the ground up, from the 774 local government areas, and then submitted to the legislators and the executives. And we should be able, at this stage with AI, we should be able to translate indigenous rights and our constitution to every single language of Nigeria, so that we can have town criers, make people understand that, and then from there, we can now have a security architecture where they must understand the law. Even as a constable or a private soldier, you must understand the law and the limits of your capabilities while doing that. We shouldn't be talking about state police, we should be talking about community service corps. That way, it is far more integral to the community. It knows what it's built for as an institution. So if we're able to do all of these things prior to 2027 election, this is something I'm just suggesting to you, because I know you are out there and you have a lovely platform thinking about ideas and moving forward and beautiful research. In my humble opinion, collectively, we would start removing ourselves from the data boys talking rubbish about coastal highways, the best things in sliced bread, $13 billion US, while the internal roads in Nigeria are all moribund. And we'll be focused on, hey, once His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi enters power in 2027, we already have building blocks and parameters, like milestones, he can be able to accomplish in his first 100 days, and then we can watch that start building till when he leaves office and somebody comes into office and continues. I think that will be far better than wasting our time with all these data boys that are thinking like they're back in the Stone Age. Also, my final point is this. These corrupt politicians, they always want to scaremonger Nigerians about the military era. I also grew up in the military era, and I can tell you for a fact that it's not as bad as they make it seem. So now we need to look at how much sovereignty and development the military in their 30 years of power gave to Nigerians. Compare that with the 27 years of these civilians and how they have ruined our sovereignty and sold our assets to their, a case in point, we did a privatization exercise under Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, whereby they auctioned off the state-owned assets that were controlled by Nigeria and brought in a white-owned apartheid company into Nigeria that we had been fighting against under the military era. That is MTN. And destroyed Nitel. There was ABG Cables. We destroyed ABG Cables and brought in DSTV, a white-owned apartheid corporation as well. So we need to bring all these things to the table and constructively put them out there and have documents well researched to be able to present these things. I hope I haven't taken much of your time. But thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Seko, honestly speaking, I want to be your friend. I would like to be your friend. Honestly speaking, there are things you're saying here that I resonate with 100 times that. And when I go out to create my political content, I'm asking myself, should I talk about this? Should I talk about that? And you've said so many things that I just know that I must talk about. So if you see those videos, know that you inspired me on some of them. So please, I'll probably just send me a DM, please. Send me a DM. I would really like to pick your brains, honestly speaking. There's things that you've said that I think if I can bring them out in my own way, I think it can go further.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm not a camera person, so I'm not a ring light person. So I'm looking for people who would literally. I'm the guy that I just want to focus on the job. I just want to focus on the work, and then I'm happy to collaborate with whoever in making the best country. Nigeria is blessed, and we need to put all these resources on the table. I
just followed you now. Please just send me a DM, please. So I will just.
Okay, I will do.
We'll just thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let's go real quick. Before Manager Watch will be my last person to speak today. Please let me, Eric, please, I'll mute your mic, please.
Greetings, boss. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Yeah, you made an accusation on my timeline, so I just wanted to put that out there. Don't know whether na cruise in the cat, na cruise, I mean a reality.
No, Chris, I will give a very short explanation, right? And he's here. He's going to debunk it and he's going to explain it properly for you, and then you'll be able to pick who you want to pick from it. So we've known this man for a while now. It's not today. He's actually a politician in Nigeria. He tried to contest and he lost. Right? So he came, the first story he gave was, he took some people in a room so that they would not be able to bribe them and all that. But in the sight of the law, he came and told us, his party agents he hid from other politicians so that they will not bribe them, delegates rather, they will not bribe them and all that. But on the side of the law in Nigeria, he kidnapped them.
Wow.
Are you understanding me? Then, after everything, he left, he ran away from Nigeria. And then he started attacking, when he came to this app, he was attacking Tinubu non-stop every day, how terrible he is, how his whole stuff are bad. Then all of a sudden he switched, and then he came to explain to us that he realized his name is on the watch list. If he steps into Nigeria, they're going to arrest him, they'll pick him up. So he was being hunted by the government. Then he had to switch for survival. I started supporting the government with his destiny, his life and his neck and every single thing. He's here, he's going to debunk it. So that's why I actually see, this is my first time coming here, but I always watch you everywhere. It's covered it last year, and I keep following you. When it comes to VDM, I noticed you've never really criticized him. You're always a very objective person about him, and that's one thing I actually liked about you. He has his flaws here, and you always mention it, but you never backbite him or you always say the truth. And I actually appreciate that. Just a little thing with some of these boys or data boys then. When they give you anything, when they read out things for you, please check them yourself. Okay? They will spill so many things. For instance, the last time we heard, Nigerian currency is the fastest growing in Africa. Please, a child that is small, a little child, will always grow faster than you that is an adult. Our currency is terrible. So if there's any growth in it, it looks big. But that's not something to brag about. To add to what you know, Sirku said, another part of our economy, the problem we are having is actually the interest rate. Our interest rate is ridiculous. So small and medium scale businesses cannot get the loans they need to establish. You understand? It's between 25 and above. A country that wants to grow, especially with SMEs, and that's part of the policies of Peter Obi, our SMEs needs to be invested in. And to be able to do that, you also need to reduce your the rate from the banks, right? So if it's coming down to probably single digit, because ours is high double digits, 25 and above, it does not make sense. So the government is choking us from every other instance. Also, when they tell you, the budget for this is this, please go into the government portal and check for yourself. And then you realize The budget and the release are two different things. The budget is just a promise. The release is different. That's why we heard, not the full health sector. 2025, the total budget for the health sector is different from the one we're arguing about. That they said is 36 million naira. I checked it, it was real.
That was released.
The one for salary is different. That one is for infrastructure. For building of new hospitals, maintenance of new ones, equipment. That is the one that they release only 36 million. For office maintenance and all that, they release good number of the money. Our current defense, the release that they've released as at this point is about 17%. Just about 17%. For last year, the whole of last year, it was less than 10% that they released. So we need to also, when they will tell you, the budget is this billion, oh my God, this is the first time in history. It is a lie. Recently, Peter Obi posted on X, where he explained that, this is the money we've borrowed, this is what has been used on infrastructure. What are they doing with the remaining part of the money? This is where we do not see. And that's why I'm drawing attention to it. So I know you do research. When you do these things, you'll be seeing the discrepancies in what they're saying. People like that, we have them, we see them as comic relief. See what Cliff said that time. It's real. We all laugh when it comes on. We usually have people like him there on a steady. They come and they bombard you and deceive you. 2 days ago, we talked about conflicts of interest with the Coastal Highway, and somebody was trying to defend it. All I had to do was pull up the Act, which is 2007. The Procurement Act 2007, section 42 and 43. It gave all the reasons to why you can use emergency to give out projects. None could apply to it. They could not defend it. It was full of data boys, but they could not defend this fact. So this government, when you follow them, just follow them with statistics. They will lead you the wrong way, but you need to come from behind. But Nigeria will be better if all of us keep talking to our people. I know the people I've spoken to recently. Even my auntie in Abroad. I started telling her things about Obi. As long as she knew him, she was surprised at a lot of things I was saying. Many people may know this person, but if you don't keep talking, they will not know how he is, how he behaves, and why we like him, or why we want him for Nigeria. We have to keep pushing. The grassroots is most important, especially in the north. People you sell things, you trade with. Please, always push your message, because he cannot reach everybody. The campaign will be limited. So please, we have to keep talking. Don't give up. Anybody that needs to get their voters card, we'll keep trying to help them. Even if it's transport, you can support. Please try and do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Wow. So let me just in the spirit of fair hearing, you threw an accusation on Dauda, that Dauda is wanted. Dauda, you kidnapped people in Nigeria. You kidnap people, and you actually said it in the comment section. So you said that you owned up to it. So please, I don't platform.
I said I cut their neck, maybe even kidnap. I cut
So
their neck.
you are part of the bandits. Wow, where are our Oyo students?
Let me explain. And now I'm going to talk.
Please, you have 2 minutes to explain yourself, because right now DSS are listening.
That God knows the truth, not Uhuru that just finished speaking.
Did he lie? Dauda, did he lie?
No. I am. The only time I didn't enter Nigeria was 2025. I'm going to give you the story. When I came to the US, I am not on that wanted list. Just believe me.
Dauda, I don't want you to give me a story. The story is long. Please, Dauda, was there a time? Did you have issues?
No. This story. Let me clarify. It's not. Just be patient.
You have to know. I don't have the time to patient. I want to. You have to summarize.
I'm fast. Just give me. You have given me time. Allow me to use it.
I'll give you 3 minutes. Please, 3 minutes now. Go on.
Let me tell you the truth. Nobody will arrest me in Nigeria. Nobody. Number one. I'm not feeling myself, but nobody. If you arrest me, you release me. So, number one. Number two, I want you to know that when I came to America, I felt bad on the way things are done in Nigeria. I did not intend to run for office. I was using my money to provide communities with water. I was using my money to sending children to school. I did a lot of things that my people were the ones that turned my activities into politics.
Right? Now, what state are you from?
Hold on.
He's from Gombe. Please just allow him, let him wrap up. He's from Gombe.
Are you getting it? My people are the one that converted my activities into politics. I left them to just be doing what they were doing because I was challenging those on seats to sit up. That was how I entered politics. Not that because I was in PhD. There was no way I have not finished PhD. I have for more years. I want to run for politics. No, it was my willing activities that turned into politics. So when before I came in, I took me 3 years doing those things. So before I came to Nigeria, they already felt I was strongly rooted in the grassroots. It was during Buhari, not Tinubu Sefo. During Buhari. So what they
now that you have less than 2 minutes, just go straight to the police, please.
It's not that they want to, not that the government was looking for me. It was politicians that never wanted me to participate in that election on ground. And when I went to airport, when they said the government need me, I said thunder, fire. At the time immigration, I said thunder, fire, Buhari. If they hear me, immigration officer, I said thunder, fire, Buhari. Nobody for Nigeria will arrest me except Buhari. I tell them, I said, I have been fighting for justice for people. There is nobody that they born well in Nigeria. In that place, I left that day, that very day, I left the airport. I went to National Assembly. I took a picture. I went to the Supreme Court Judge office. I took a picture and posted it on Facebook that I landed. I ran for office for 10 months. I was there. I finished the election, came back to US, went back again in 2024 after election.
So, Dauda, wait now, Dauda, your time is already up. You have not explained what the accusation. They accuse you that you locked some people in a room.
No. See, what is just...
Did you lock some people in a room, yes or no?
Listen. He said that was it, but I'm telling you that I went to contest for... Wait now, I went to contest for... I went to contest. They stopped me at the airport, even before I went to contest. So
why did it? No, Dauda, forget... no, I'm not concerned. That's not my business. Listen to me now. No, an accusation was made on this platform.
No, let me tell you.
I'm not concerned about how you campaign or how you...
See, this guy, they know that I'm not scared of anybody. See,
it's not a matter of being scared. You don't have to be scared of anybody. The question is simple. Dauda, did you lock...
That is why I want to tell you what happened now. You are not
your time is up. I've been asking this for 5 minutes. Why say it till tomorrow?
No, go finish. You see, the issue is that when we tell them that they don't understand politics on ground, they continue to talk. The issue is that when you are doing delegates,
please, I want to give you that. Please, Dauda, wrap this up in 2 minutes, please.
When you are doing primary election, right? When you are doing primary election, you have the people that you know they will support you. And then you have the other opponents who will also be looking for them to buy them out of you. So what you do is not that you kidnap them. You pay hotel for them in an unknown, where they will not know, right? It's a willing... See, they will go to the hotel themselves, stay there, because, okay, let's say now the election will take place, the primary election will take place in this local government. My delegate will sleep in a hotel in another local government that they will not even think they are there. Until the day, because they will harm them, you are trying to ensure their safety, you are trying to ensure so many things. That's why you are protecting them. These guys that don't know Nigerian politics on ground, that's why when they go, they cut their neck and use it to do pepper soup. So you protect your people. Like in a hotel, people that are staying in a hotel, nobody is forcing them. They can go out and stroll and come back. It's on election day, they will not see them on the venue. All the machinations of the evil ones will not before them. If you like, go run Nigerian politics, carry your delegate, go expose.
Dauda.
Give your opponents.
Dauda, wait. How did delegates...
Guys, come, let me teach them politics.
Wait, Dauda, how did delegates become your delegate? How did delegate become your delegate? A delegate not meant to be delegate of the party.
Yeah, but is it on the day of election that you go and look for delegates? You have started talking to your delegate long ago.
Then you not carry. So that means now that you're very corrupt. No.
Where do you want them to go and stay?
Now that is
Where
okay.
do you
It's
want
okay.
them to get
Wait.
accommodation?
Wait, I'm coming.
Do you know why you people don't understand? Because Obi does not do primary election. He runs away from primary election. You don't understand how it goes.
Please, now that is okay. It's okay. It's okay. So, Edgar Watch, please, be patient, please. I beg. Please. So now that it has been established that you took people to.
They should go and report to DSS.
No, you're not for the system. You know, once you join, that's how I understand why you're not supporting Tinubu because. No. Now I understand. No. It's fine. Eric, thank you for bringing this point up.
Ask Dada a question before Eric goes, please.
Please, I don't want this to be a Dada question and answer. But please, no problem. Ask them.
Okay, so Dauda, Gombe State is in 86.2% multidimensional poverty, and you're supporting APC. So, how are you going to remove 86.2% persons in Gombe State from multidimensional poverty using APC as a platform?
My brother, if you like, make government give you everything. Don't go and work hard. You will come back and be. Even you, your friends. You know that your friends are living for
you are campaigning for something in Gombe State. So I'm asking
you say using APC, right?
You are campaigning.
Let me explain. Okay, do you know why I don't want to talk? Because you people don't give me the time to expatiate.
No, don't expatiate. You don't do.
If I expatiate,
you see. Now wait. Wait, let me help you. I'm outside. Wait. No problem, Dauda. Thank you. Just wait. Let me answer it for you. If you don't doubt that, no, now I understand. When Dada started coming on my platform, Dada will say every time people are talking about food.
No, that is the truth. Even in America.
Say people are doing better economics.
Americans are behind in their bills. I give Americans job to do.
Hey!
Behind in their bills.
Dauda is a typical. Dauda, I don't do. Sorry, Dauda, I don't do. No, don't tell me. You are a typical Nigerian politician. Wicked people wey no get hearts. Una dey very wicked. Ha! Yes, you don't care. If you like, no go work hard. Hi, APC. Dauda, don't expatiate. Dispatiate. Don't do. Thank you very much. I've established what I wanted to establish that you're a typical Nigerian politician. You're a typical Nigerian politician. That's what I wanted to establish this. But you see the light. Kneel down and put your hand on your head, please. Please, on your camera, kneel down. I want to see you kneel down and put your hand on your head. Like this. Put your 2 hands on your head. Please. On your camera, please. I need to make you get prayer. I want to pray for you. Oh my goodness, I want to pray for you now. Put your hand and say, Tinubu, let me go. Tinubu, let me go. Tinubu, let me go. Shout it 7 times. Hey. No wonder every structure of criminality wey be anti-APC. One small thing they don't enter. Once they just get open their case file, don't go to support Tinubu. No, what's kind of person? So now that you carry delegates. You say that your delegates. You say that your delegates. More. Now that I say that they are your delegates. You go lock them for hotel.
You say you people that you don't do primary election, you don't know Nigerian politics. That's why when you come to the field, we panabit yourself. You see, because you bring social media election to Nigerian politics. You go to Obi cannot Obi don't get one agent.
This one Obi don't go hide delegates for hotel. I beg, don't do this kind of thing. I beg, don't.
Obi do primary. Now run the run. Go just jump.
Hey!
Let him for big liver make it go.
Ah!
You know you win primary
Dauda,
election and general election.
Dauda, so wait, Dauda. Let me break this thing down first. I want make my brain reason this thing. You go carry delegates. Go quick.
And they carry themselves come. They enter bus, go stay hotel.
You put them for bus.
Now then, I will give them transport because they know they live villages.
You book for them hotel for a place where they don't know.
No, they know now. They now opponent no know the place. But then they know where they dey now. Opponent no go know the place because they will come cut their neck in night.
So that means.
They don't say they no go.
You see corruption. See open corruption. Delegates don't supposed to come and come vote. Wait, Dauda, no, please meet your mic first. Delegates, I'm trying to establish something here. Delegates don't supposed to come and come vote. But because when they do battle of corruption, you and your opponent, you go mute your mic, don't talk, mute your mic. Let me establish this. You go Colombia your own delegates. Other candidates Colombia their own delegates. Then another carry them come election date for. Now I understand why people are supporting Tinubu. You don't do. Now I understand why people are supporting Tinubu now. Now this structure of criminality are like, Nigeria no wonder. You don't ask now how can you take away 82% of Gombe people from multi-dimensional politics? They better go also. You see, I bet Nigeria watch this thing alone. Please come in. Now thank you. I'm disappointed. But it's well.
Okay, Emir Sirdam, well done. You're doing a very great job because I always talk and say, man, if to say that me they do this kind of job, maybe for the sick after every life like this, or probably I would need to put paracetamol beside me because some of these people, nothing they not do you. So, but tonight, I want to first of all appreciate my brother on something that spoke not long. Well done. I sometimes when I was listening to him at a point, I was like, these are brains that Nigerians would have been enhancing and be using to develop the country and manipulate our economy and become one of the best in Africa. Oh, but here we are. We have politicians who have carried out a coup against the people of Nigeria, because that's how I feel sometimes. It is a coup that this guy is carried out against the people of Nigeria. So it is now left for Nigerians to say, okay, we are going to dethrone you people and enthrone ourselves back into the, because when these people talk, sometimes you don't see compassion, you don't see interest, they don't talk like they have interest in Nigeria at all. Like the likes of this man now is exactly the same way Tinubu answers questions. That's exactly the way he answers questions. He was asked, what will he do about insecurity? He was telling us about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The question was very clear and very simple. The dumbest politician should have been able to use that question, take advantage of that, and use it to shine. But look at what he was responding to. And at the end of the day, he just messed up himself and everything. He goes to say that these guys don't have the interest of the people at heart. And they don't give a heck about anybody. So it's now left for Nigerians to now say, okay, this is our country. We must take it. Thank God. I am so excited. Imagine the likes of VDN throwing their weight on the people to say that Tinubu, I don't know why they were here. He was on live. I don't know if you have gotten the information. He was on live. While you guys were here, he was on live in Abuja. I don't know when they ended the live, but he was on live moving and it was like a protest saying Tinubu must go, and it was like, wow. So VDM can actually get to this point. So this is the point.
He came back from DC. He didn't want them to arrest him, so he brought you.
I beg out. Corrupt politicians.
So you see, and I like the fact that Eric was able to clarify the person that Dauda is, and he did not convince us, because while he was talking, you see, that's why I like radio station interviews. They ask you questions and they allow you to express who you are to the people. So it's not left to the people to know you for who you are. You understand? So Dauda just came to convince us right now by his response to what the accusation that he did not debunk one of the points. Not one. He only convinced us better that he was actually a criminal politician who got himself into trouble and is trying to get out of that net of trouble by supporting the rascality in government. So, and you see, all they do, they'll know that they are a gang of criminals. All they do is to sing the praise of one man, and that's the person of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's why you see the likes of the governor of Edo State, the way he sounds. So it's a coup that is carried out against the people of Nigeria. Now, a military officer who knows that he does not have a future in the new Nigeria, he knows that he's a criminal military officer. He knew how he got into the military. He knows what he does with the military money. He knows everything. So this kind of people, they know they don't have a future with Peter Obi. He won't take that trash from you. Such people, they will not support him. The likes of a police officer who knows that he is a criminal police officer. He knows that he's so criminal minded that he's mentally disabled. There's no way he cannot think anything normal except criminality. Some people know that they don't have a future with Peter Obi. A DSS officer, an EFCC officer, a civil servant who knows that they are criminal mind, they knows they don't have a future with Peter Obi. And that's the reason why you see the bulk of these people. They are the ones that they are desperate, and you see the bitterness, you see the anger, you see the fire. Post the video. You see them in the comment section. It shall not be well with you if you ask them that. I only posted a video talking about the insecurity in the country, and I mentioned that Peter Tinubu is not doing much about it. So why are you so? What's the anger, the pain that you are expressing? It's very simple. They know they don't have a future outside of the criminality that is on ground. So if you take off that criminality, it's like taking off their wealth, and they are not willing to make that sacrifice. So tonight, as you go to rest, go to sleep, wherever you are, anywhere in the world, understand that we are saddled with the responsibility. The responsibility is to take back our country. Do not be patient about it. Do not be quiet about it. If you have to spend your money, if you have to spend your energy, if you have to encourage people, if you have to pray, if you have to whatever it is that you have to put in to see that the person of Peter Obi emerges in 2027. Please do. Anything outside of this, we all know that it's a total collapse that we are getting into. Thank you very much, Emir Sirdam. Have a wonderful day too.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you so much to all of you that have come out tonight. Thank you. I'm going to be wrapping up the show on this premise. But before I do, let me just give a parting submission. Dauda, you see, there's something that I just learned tonight, and that is that this is why Nigerian politicians that do this, your even conventional primaries that you just explain right now, is why many of them do not end up working. Because when you spend all this money in bribing delegates, how do you recoup your investment? It's investment to you guys. And that's why people go in there and you loot without pity. So we have to change that mentality going forward. And to every other person, please, thank you for joining us today. It's been a wonderful week with you all on the Emir Sirdam Show. Unfortunately, today is the last day of the Emir Sirdam Show, but tomorrow by 8 p.m. Nigerian time, you can join us on the Violence Space. I'll be streaming it live from my handle, where we host the biggest political space on X in Nigeria and yes, Africa. When we come out to talk about the state of the nation, we host that once every week, 8 p.m. Nigerian time on X, formerly called Twitter. But I'll be streaming it on this platform and all my socials just because I want to see how we can reach as many people that are not on X, because people say X is very, very toxic. And we were groomed and we were raised on X. So X is like where we get the whole fire. So when I come on TikTok and I see the whole bigotry that's happening here, I just laugh because we see all those things on those platforms. But I want to end on this saying that, please, guys, the duty for Nigerians is to take back our country next year. One thing I totally believe, I've always insisted, if you know me or you watch my videos, I've always insisted, especially when the coalition was going on, I always insisted that the fastest way to take Tinubu out was through a coalition. I believe that a coalition would have made it easier, because I was expecting and thinking that these leaders will understand what is at stake. And what is at stake is that we cannot afford another 4 years of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in power. Nigeria cannot afford it. Democracy dies if it continues. That is the truth. So I was thinking that these men would put behind their egos, their political ambitions, and think Nigerian first. And thinking Nigerian first is actually rallying around a candidate that will spark up the desire of Nigerians to want to hit the poll. That's exactly what it is. The reason why there was a coalition in 2015 to oust Jonathan was, and they aligned towards Buhari was because Buhari had a following. So it was easy for Nigerians, other people to just a little flip, and that's what I was expecting from this coalition. I was expecting that it was going to be a coalition of people that will become insane-minded people, of even insane-minded people, but understanding that the greater goal is to save our country and rally behind a candidate that actually have the people's mind. But unfortunately, tomorrow I'll be cooking Atiku Abubakar. For those that don't know Atiku Abubakar, I am certain from my postulation Atiku Abubakar is actually working for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So tomorrow I'll be breaking it down perfectly for those that don't understand. It is now evident that he's actually working for his friend and business partner Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because there is no reason why you should tell Nigerians that you want to stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu and you're on the ballot. You have no political, there's no desire for Nigerians to want to rally around you. How do you expect to upset a government, an incumbent government? How? Do you think Nigerians are just stupid because Tinubu is so bad, will not come and follow you behind you? There should be a semblance of that. The people are actually calling for you. And we did not see it with him. So I just have to bring this analogy for you guys to understand where we are going to. That because we don't have a united opposition, which I am still believing that when we insist and we put pressure, Atiku has to drop his ambition for the elections. He must. But if he insists on going into it, Nigerians have to understand that it is incumbent on us as a people to make sure that our vote counts. We have the vote numbers as Nigerians to take Tinubu out. But we must understand that Tinubu is desperate to do everything possible to make sure that number does not count. But the strategy of making sure our number counts is simply Nigerians doing it the Kwankwasia way. And if you're asking me what is the Kwankwasia way, I will just ask you, anywhere you're watching me right now from any of my platforms, please, I've pinned those videos on my Instagram, it is pinned. On my YouTube, it is pinned. I don't pin videos on YouTube, but on my TikTok, it is pinned. On Facebook, I don't think it is pinned, but you can just search practical ways on how we protect our votes. If we can get this information that is out in that video out for every Nigerian to get to see and understand what we must do, then it is important to understand. If we can get Nigerians to see it, you will see that it is very, very easy for Tinubu to be a one-term president. It is up to Nigerians standing up. And I'm happy, if there's anything that happiness I have in my heart is that VDM actually has heed the call that I personally have been calling him out for the past couple of days, couple of weeks and months. He is now following what he has to do. And I hope long may it continues. Every voice counts, every voice matters. And it's important we push it in a way whereby, look at VDM people. Let us imagine after the whole vote now, he's mobilizing. We are mobilizing. Nigerians in our millions were outside saying our vote must count. Our vote must count means Tinubu must go. Because Tinubu does not have the numbers anywhere to elect him back as president. All his supporters, check his supporters, it's on one side. Check them on social media. Go on every comment section where they're talking about Tinubu, anti-Tinubu. Check the people that are supporting him. It's from one side. It is evident. So he doesn't have a national spread. He's banking on rigging through the governors to come back to power with the INEC. But we, the people, must force them to give us our results. And that is the only way out. We don't have any second. We're taking Tinubu out is only one shot. We have just one shot. So see yourself as a sniper with one bullet. That's what we have. One shot. We have no any other route. The only route is the people's route. So it is important we as a people understand that we have just one shot and we start educating people, because many Nigerians are offline, don't even know. They're thinking of, the election will be rigged. This and that. There is actually one shot we must take. And that shot entails me and you telling Nigerians what they must do. We must come out and vote and protect our vote till the very day, till I call it 4x4. 4 days for the next 4 years. If you can sacrifice 4 days from election day, we will save the next 4 years. So please, if you want to see more of that, just go up. It's not a long video. You just see it. It's well broken down. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And also, please go out and get your PVC. Tomorrow on the violence space, I want to get feedback from people that are having problems with their PVC, because as we are speaking right now, we're getting information that Tinubu is trying to, and INEC, they're trying to disenfranchise people from voting. They're trying to make sure that people don't get their PVCs. So please, guys, go out and get your PVCs. And if you have a problem getting your PVCs, make videos. We need video evidences. If it's from your phone, screen record your phone We need all those evidences so that we can put out a call. Because
sorry, sir. I don't know if you have any WhatsApp or any platform where we can, because I have some video evidences of people that have sent videos to me personally that have their personal challenges, issues with going to PVC stations and they are unable, they are being disenfranchised and everything. So they send personal videos.
Send me DM, please. Send me DM.
Oh, okay.
And send me DM. I think I'll have to open a Telegram channel also. I'll do that so that for such information. But just send me a DM. So please, I beg, sorry, I can get all those videos. We need all those videos so that when we are going out and we're calling Nigerians to please come out and put pressure on INEC, we can show Nigerians this is what INEC is actually doing across the country. So it doesn't just be like just a few cases, but let it be like we have overwhelming cases at hand. So tomorrow, please join us on the Violence Space, 8 p.m. I'm just going to give a shout out to all my top viewers tonight. Thank you so much, Otumba Diamonds. God bless you, my brother. Well in Nigeria, Uno Circle, all of you that contributed tonight with your submissions. Thank you so much. All of you that contributed with your likes and your gifts. Thank you so much. Over 100,000 likes. As we got to 100,000 likes, when I just stopped to the life, and I just pause, but I don't try. Thank you so much, all of you. I see you, Joseph Ocholi, Silvanus Mogo, Patrick, Stanley Patrick from Facebook, Just United, all the way from YouTube. I see you guys. Thank you so much, all of you listening to me from Instagram. Mama Wakiri, Niger Watchdog, Roslyn, Obi for President, Cosmic View, Simidaris, JT. It's been a while. Chidinma, thank you so much. Ogomarama, Lady Vivi, Energy Wings, Uju Beats by KB, Cyber Dreams, Austin Emmanuel, Chukrebuka, Romance, OTP, that is 110 president for Tinubu, Momianka Dede, Suboy, Oluwatosin, Boardman, Greatest, Buki, Adekunle, Mazi, Elijah, Taye, Adex, Humanity, Realistic in Nature. Please, all those are requested for the market and did not have a chance to speak. I beg, no vex. So, that's how it is. Sometimes you speak, sometimes you don't speak, right? But we'll be back again tomorrow, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. The video I'm talking about, just check my pinned video on my TikTok handle. If you're on Instagram, check my pinned video on my Instagram. That video just shows, please, just don't watch it. I beg you. Download that video and share it on all your WhatsApp stories. Share it on all your WhatsApp groups. This is how we will win 2027. It is a practical step. Every Nigerian, that's why, that's the only thing. In fact, if I get access to CVDM now, the only thing I don't say, please, my brother, don't show my video. Please re-say what I just said in this video for Nigerians to hear. Please, everybody needs to watch that video. I beg. That's if I can beg every Nigerian, please watch and share that video. Please. And if you don't agree with anything I say in that video, please tomorrow, let me hear it on the comment section. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you all. And as I always say on this platform, it's for God and for country. Good night and have a great night. All right, Facebookers. Good night. Yes, thank you so much, guys. I think I'm going to just run it live. I'm going to run it live on Instagram, maybe this weekend, just Instagram. Instagram, guys, thank you so much for joining, guys. I'm going to bed right now. Unlimited Eniola. My brother, I go bed now. I won't go sleep now. Good night, guys. Thank you so much.